Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see if I can switch over to the laptop because I should have been doing that from the beginning. All right, guys, I'm going to X this out right now, but don't leave. Click on the new live. All right. Thanks. Love you. Okay. You guys here in this one? Let me know. Real brother. You're not the only one here. I don't know why it's saying that. I see other people on my phone, but I don't know why it's not updating on this. I told you guys, like, technology, even though I do this for work, I literally suck at it. But it's okay. They're coming. Yeah, here we go. Other people are here. Okay. How is it possible to be so cute? Wow, I'll just put your comment up the whole time. Thanks, babe. All right, I like this format better because I can like display your questions and not go back because I can't remember when you guys ask me something, I read it and it's literally gone. So let me know if you asked a question on the other live, and if I didn't answer yet, just comment it here and I would love to answer it. I know, real brother. Can I call you something else? Where are your friends? Get them on. Yeah, there were like 20 on the other one. Hopefully they'll come over, but people come and go during the live and that's fine. Valley Boo 54 is here. It's a party. So yeah, the citizenship process is not, it's not that complex. It's definitely not as complex as a Dominican coming to the US, but there's a lot of back and forth and bureaucracy in the DR, and sometimes it's like one more form, and they lost that form or something, or get stuck in the court for mad long. But it's possible for sure. The thing is, a lot of people don't get citizenship because you don't need it for a lot to live there. If you're gonna just retire there, if you are a missionary, if you're teaching. So people are just like, oh, I'll just live here and then pay the overstay fee at the airport. Sometimes in Santo Domingo especially, they're stopping people at the airport and they're being like, you are coming in and out way too much. This is not what a tourist card is for. So now you are going back to your country. Not common, but it happens. Hey, Ruth. When are we doing a live together? Paperwork has to be apostilled. Yeah, it has to be, that's like notarized in English. And the problem is sometimes you have to get it notarized in the US. So you have to go back to the US literally to get something stamped and then go, sorry, I'll take off Chris's cringy comment. So then you have to go fly back to the US, get that done, and then fly back to DR, which holds a lot of people up sometimes. But totally worth it if you're planning to stay in the DR for a long time, if you want to get land, if you want to eventually get a cedula, if you want to work there, then yep, I highly recommend it. I'm your biggest fan. J-Rod is literally my favorite channel. Go follow him if you guys don't follow him yet. We make a lot of, like if you like my videos, I think you'll like his videos. Super cool. He does a lot. So if you guys like Santo Domingo, he's there a lot. And I'm really never there. He does fun bar club things, doing more like nature videos and stuff too. So if you want to check him out, definitely go for it. Ruth, we know. I love you. Do you know of any available teaching jobs in the DR right now, or a good site to browse through them? That's a good question. So I will say it's hard to find a teaching job in the DR because they're not always published online the same way other countries publish them. So there are some sites like Dave's ESL Cafe, Teachaway, CIEE, and those will have some. But what I've noticed is a lot of the times they're more like an immersive program where you have to pay $2,000, let's say, and they set you up with a school. They figure out your housing, your visa if you need one, all of that stuff. And they're kind of there for you for a point of contact. What I did and what I recommend, and I did a whole video on this if you want to check it out, but I just knew I wanted to be in Jarabacoa. So I was like, all right, let me look up schools in Jarabacoa. There's like 4. So I reached out to some of them and I was like, hi, are you hiring? Do you hire American teachers? And just really figured it out from that and like my own research. And then I, of course, looked up the schools on Google, tried to find reviews and stuff, which is hard to do. A lot of people aren't reviewing schools like that. But I did find some blogs from teachers who taught there. I read all of them, literally every page, because I'm crazy. And just, yeah, found a contact, emailed them, reached out, and we had an interview and stuff, sent them my resume. But you can definitely do it that way. If you're more open to anywhere in the DR, check out other sites. Google like English teaching job in DR or teaching job in DR, because maybe you don't want to teach English. Maybe you want to teach like a full grade like I did. So you can do it that way. But yeah, let me know where you want to be. Maybe I can help. Ruth, yeah, why are you pressed? She's not. She's my biggest fan. Come back. She's in California. The person has to go to an all-American school and drop off your resume. You can totally do that too. For example, if you want to be in Santiago, New Horizons is a great school. Santiago Christian School is a great school. Those are international schools. Go to the school, ask someone in the office, like, hey, are you hiring? Usually they are. Like, usually they always need teachers. People leave middle of the year and they really do need people. So the only problem is I would reach out to schools sometimes and they just wouldn't answer. And I'd be like, can you reply? So sometimes it takes a while. You have to follow up with them, but keep following up and something will come from it and it'll be great. Highly recommend it. Just be sure you watch my videos about what questions to ask them, because you need to ask a lot of questions before you do it, before you go agree. Does it help to be bilingual English Spanish? So depends what you want to teach. If you're trying to teach English, how to speak English at maybe an institute, for example, after school to kids or adults, I think it does help to speak Spanish. You're not supposed to explain concepts in Spanish to them because it's supposed to be fully immersive, but sometimes people do. In my school, I taught 4th grade, like 7 subjects, math, English, reading, science, whatever. And we were not allowed to speak Spanish with them. I could speak Spanish with them at like recess and lunch and stuff, but they really wanted me to speak all English because it was like an immersive school for them. Does it help you to be bilingual living in DR? 100%. Like if you want to meet Dominican friends, talk to the staff. Not everyone at the staff will speak English. So if you want to talk to them, definitely helps to be bilingual, but it's usually not a requirement at the international schools or the language centers. So a lot of people I know, Americans don't speak Spanish and they live there. Whew. How is the pay and living conditions? Depends on what city. Do you have peppermint patty? Cute. I love those. Do you have a city in mind? Because that helps. Let's just say Jarabacoa. You can check out my video again about my living conditions. Not the best, but not the worst. If you're not comfortable, you can always tell them, ask them to move you. That should be fine. They should want you to be comfortable, especially since you're in a new country that you're not familiar with. But no, typically the living conditions are pretty good. Sometimes you won't have hot water. So I didn't have hot water for more than like 2 minutes when I showered. Washer dryer, it would be like the Dominican washer dryer. I don't really know how to explain, like it's not a full thing, so you're probably gonna have to hang your clothes up to dry. Hopefully you don't have any mice or cockroaches like I did, but overall pretty good. In Santo Domingo, like I saw you said that, better. Yeah, for sure. Better living conditions probably for the teachers, especially if you're teaching at an international school. The pay completely depends. I got paid $400 US a month, which is nothing. Actually, it's a lot for there. But I had an online job too, which helped. So 400 a month though, you can live on that and that's fine. Just, you know, have to save. But say you want to go to one of the top international schools, like Danny just said, I'll put that up. Say you teach at Carroll Morgan. Carroll Morgan is the best school in the country. It is like, Danny, how much is that? Like $10,000 a year, US dollars? It's expensive to send your kids there. A lot of international kids or upper class Dominican kids, it's very expensive. And their teachers are fully certified US teachers. Like they only hire certified people. So if you want to do that, it's like, you're going to get paid a lot. I think the most I've seen is like 30,000 US dollars a year. And that's a lot there. That would be great. I was not making that at all with the school. With my side jobs, it was totally good. But if you're at a top international school like St. George, Carroll Morgan, you're going to get paid a lot. Even Santiago Christian School, I'm pretty sure they pay 20,000 US dollars a year, which is more than enough to live on there. So just depends. If you're a qualified teacher, you'll be all set. What's the tech scene like in the DR? I'm a computer science major and I want to intern abroad. Are there tech companies in DR? There are tech companies in DR and I feel like more and more come. I feel like DR is like growing a lot. Depends what kind of internship you're looking for. So I had, I interviewed a man who studied abroad doing, he did an internship in finance. So it's not the same thing, but what he recommended is sometimes, like teaching, you have to reach out to the exact business you want to be. Those internship opportunities aren't going to be like on websites like other opportunities are, like US internships are. So you really have to kind of be a go-getter and go find them on your own. There's some tech, but I wouldn't say it's the most technologically advanced. I think it's really growing. A lot of people work remotely there. Santo Domingo is more advanced. I think you could really find something cool. Not sure how it would pay, but you would have to reach out to them on your own, probably. Sometimes I see jobs posted in DR and I'm like, oh, that's cool. They posted everything in the description and stuff, but it's usually like you have to do some digging, which makes it harder. But that was my ring light that I was planning to use so I don't look like a goblin, but it's fully broken. I have it attached with duct tape. So I emailed them. I've used it twice. I've had it for like a year, but I've only used it twice because it broke right away. And I asked them to send a new one, but no reply. So literally just taped together and it broke. I'm sorry, I'm looking on my phone. Some people like messaged me, Instagram messaged me questions. What other questions do we have? Let me go look here. That's a good question though. Okay, someone asked for an update on the pregnancy. I guess I can do that. Texting J-Rod back. The pregnancy is going well. I'm in my 20th week. Next week I'll be 20 full weeks on Wednesday, 5 months, and not showing too much, but it's going well. I feel good. I feel bigger now, but I'm not that much bigger. Someone also asked what if we're finding out the sex, which we are not. I think it's a girl, but I kind of torn now. Could go either way. Someone asked, are you going to give your child a Hispanic name? Yeah, I am going to. Well, maybe not Hispanic, but it's going to be a name that you can read in Spanish and read in English, and say in both. But we don't have them like picked out. I have a list of names I like. So if you have suggestions, let me know. But girls' names are so much easier than guys' names. There's not a lot of guys' names I liked, I realize. Especially like if you want to say it in Spanish, it's It's hard to find one that you can say in both and that sound good in both. Someone asked if I have morning sickness. Literally not once, not one day. Thank goodness. Nauseous, but never actually getting sick. Cravings, bread. Literally all the carbs. Not supposed to eat gluten really, and I can't stop, so it's fine. Tech internship is easier if you know some people there. So true. Like reach out to companies, but also try to make some connections to get you in. Like I know someone I used to tutor for his son. He owns a business that works for like Condé Nast and big New York Times. They contract work out to DR, and he has Dominicans that work there remotely for them doing the work. So it's really cool. And that was a good opportunity. Hi, Nesha. I just married my husband. He's still in the Dominican Republic. We haven't seen each other since January. Do you know of anybody who has traveled? I do. Yep, there's a lot of people I know that are in the DR right now. A lot of my friends are in the DR. You can go right now if you want. Lots of things aren't open as they normally would be. They just did another toque de queda, like quarantine. So I think it's 7 p.m. guys, 7 or 8 p.m. at night to 5 a.m. And then 5 p.m. on the weekends. So you have to be inside more, but you can travel there. So obviously, like if your husband's in the DR, you probably don't care about going out as much as you do about seeing him. So you can go. They do checks at the airport, but not socially distanced as much as they said. And I know the cases are rising there, but you can go. There's been rumors like they're going to shut down the borders again for Americans and they won't be able to go in, but I don't think they're going to do that yet. The problem is maybe they should, but they're desperate for like tourism money right now because the economy has been hurting so much from the shutdown. So I know even like the tourists, if you go to a resort, they don't have to follow the quarantine hours. They can like stay on the resort and go out and stuff. So definitely like for the tourists, that's cool, but spreading the virus may be a little bit dangerous, but you can travel there. And I would recommend probably if you want to go booking a ticket soon because maybe they're going to put more regulations on if it gets worse. You should sign up for 90-Day Fiancé. They emailed me and asked before, I think Chris had just gotten here. We had just moved back maybe. And asked if I wanted to audition, but I didn't because first of all, we're boring. Like we don't have a lot of drama literally at all. And I know the show is fake. I watch it, I love it, but all the drama, not all of it, but a lot of it is like contrived. They just make it up. And since we have no drama, I feel like they would make us look crazy. They would make me look crazy, let's be honest. And he would just be like, oh, he's so nice. And then I'd be like, but Mills is actually insane. Like they would truly make me insane. And also they don't pay the international partner. They only pay the American and you only get like $1,000 per episode. I feel like it's really not worth it for them to like sometimes ruin your relationship and just lie about you. So no, it would be like funny to see, but I'm scared. They can edit you however they want. How much would it cost for a student to be enrolled in your class or school? So JCS, which is in Jarabacoa Christian School, it's like $9,000. No, it's a little bit under $100 a month. I think it's like $90 US a month. So to us, that doesn't sound like a lot, but to a lot of Dominicans, especially in the town, that's a lot and they can't afford it. The inscription fee, which you pay every year, is like $250. It's a lot. Just an annual fee. I think that's a lot of money. And then, they need the uniform and their supplies. It adds up. But that school is cheap compared to a really, really good international school in one of the bigger cities. wanted to travel to DR and do something to keep me busy. Yeah, honestly, if you want to travel, it's so cool to like have an opportunity when you're there, like something to do. When I moved to Santiago, I was working online, but like it's easy to then like just stay in the house and not do anything. So I started tutoring for this family and going to their business, which was the tech kind of remote work and coding school, and teaching their son English. And it's cool to just like have something to do instead of just, you know, being home or traveling. I have a ticket to travel for September 4th. I'm so nervous, but he's my husband. I want to see him. Yeah, I would too. I give so much credit to everyone who's like in a long distance relationship or separated right now. I have a lot of friends doing the K1 visa process, and they are separated and delayed further because they're not scheduling interviews, and it just honestly sucks. So I'm so sorry you're separated. Hopefully September 4th, you'll still be good. Or if they do say they extended or something, hopefully that would be over by then. But I think you'd be good. I do have a friend who got an emergency appointment, and she's in the DR now, hasn't seen her fiance since August. And the appointment was supposed to be Wednesday or Thursday, and they just emailed and canceled it randomly and said all appointments are canceled. I don't know if someone at the embassy got it or what they're doing, but it sucks. It seriously sucks. I feel so bad. I'm thankful we're done with the process, but that doesn't make it any easier for anyone going through the process right now. So you guys, like, I give so much credit. I don't know if you're he's your husband, so you're probably waiting for the green card. I wish like things could be hurried up more for people waiting, but yeah. And I think they opened back up tourist visas, which makes literally no sense at all to me. But I feel like fiance and marriage visas and child visas are way more important. But, you know, I don't know. The embassy makes no sense. Send me more questions. I can't breathe. This is great. I don't know if you guys can hear Chris playing Call of Duty, but he's literally screaming so loud. And he has the door closed. Hopefully you can't hear him. Sorry if you can. I got more questions on Instagram, but I'd rather just talk live, you know? Yeah, Carlos, we're live. Finally. I haven't done a live in so long. I know, I'm sorry. It's been a while. I don't even know why. It's not like I'm doing anything. I'm like quarantined in my apartment all the time. Make sure, you know, if you have a question, go for it. StreamYard's so weird. Like, that's what I'm using to broadcast right now. It's a website. And you guys can hear him, right? He's so loud. He's so loud. You can't hear him? Good. How's your pregnancy going? I answered that, but it's going well, thank you. I don't feel pregnant at all. I felt the baby kick for the first time yesterday, which was really cute. It was like 2 little taps. Other than that, I really don't feel different. I still can work out. I just get out of breath easier, like talking, which is great. It's harder to sleep, but it's good. I had an appointment yesterday. Everything was good. And it's growing fast. I shouldn't say it, but I just don't know if it's boy or girl. He said I could maybe come to the DR, which would be really nice. I was worried about traveling, but hopefully I could in September. So we'll see. Oh my gosh. What are some of the best photo opportunity places in DR? To take pictures, literally everywhere. I've seen such cool pictures like in downtown Santiago in the streets. But any beach would be gorgeous. Depends what kind of photos you want. Street photography, anywhere. You can take such cool pictures. Any beach, this is not helpful. Literally anywhere. I feel like it's, let's say you want to do like a cute photo shoot, which I don't know if you're on my wavelength, but really any beach. I put one on my story on like the community tab. That was Playa Grande. I think it's so pretty because it has the palm trees and stuff. Samana is beautiful. Cabarete, pretty, but the water's not as blue there. Punta Cana, the water's really blue, but I don't really go there. Then you have the mountains, like Jarabacoa. You can take such beautiful pictures. It's so green there. There's some really cool spots. Just depends like what kind of vibe you're going for. What's the procedure for bringing a dog to the Dominican to live with mommy and daddy? Haha. I've had friends do that. Kind of hard if you have like a pit bull or a Rottweiler or any of those type of restricted breeds. Some airplanes won't take them, and you can't put them in even on the bottom, and definitely not like with you. So you just have to find that, and then you need proof of their vaccinations. Like they tell you exactly what they need to see. But if it's like not one of those breeds, it's much easier, but you still need to get the vaccinations and stuff. Sometimes you'll get to the airport and they'll be like, you don't have this form. So just make sure you call and ask them exactly what you need and bring more than what you need. And you can also bring a dog from the DR to the States. Same thing. You need to prove that they have all their necessary vaccinations and stuff. I get so worried I don't ever want to put my dog in the bottom of a plane. I did it once to get him and it was so sad, but I know sometimes it's essential. And it's like temperature controlled, but yeah, I have a friend moving back to the States from DR. She's been there 8 years and she's taking a cargo plane, like not passenger. Like you have to basically know someone and then you can put the dogs with you, which is nice. Yorkie Chihuahua, his name is Gizmo. That's such a dog name. I love it. Gizmo. I forgot about that. It's cute. Gizmo would love the DR. You're eating for two. I hope that means you can't tell I'm eating for two. You can. The bagels, the amount of bagels is disgusting. It's fine. This is fine. I'm gonna be like a house. It's all right. Don't forget to, I'm taking them. Thank you. I actually just ran out today. Same wavelength, hot girl summer style. Oh girl, yeah, I got you. I don't know if you're a girl. If you're a boy, that's fine too. We can all have a hot girl summer. I was ready for hot girl summer, let me tell you. I felt like I was like getting in such good shape. I was working out so much, lifting so much, and then it was like, you're pregnant. And I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna be fat this summer, it's fine. And now we're in quarantine, so it doesn't matter. Any beach, you're good then. Any beach, sit on like a palm tree. Oh, the pictures I would make Chris take. Yeah, yep. Any beach, you're good. Also, they have, some of the beaches have like those swing chairs, like swing over the water, swing on the palm tree, and they're those really cool pictures. Sorry, I'm behind. Uh-oh, fireman. I saw where they're taking you with this one. Yeah. You can find true love in the DR, even if you don't speak Spanish fluently, because a lot of Dominicans speak English. Okay, let's say someone who works in a restaurant in a touristy area is more likely to speak English, right? Because they're interacting with tourists or at a resort. But also, then I don't mean this in any type of stereotypical way or judgmental or bad way, but the more educated someone is, the more likely they are to speak English as well sometimes. I'm not saying like only date someone educated or anything, guys, but yes, it is possible. You can definitely meet a girl that speaks English. Maybe she went to college and some college classes are in English and they need to learn it for whatever they're studying. Or she works in a field where she needs English. It's definitely possible. What I would say is, I think it's really important to speak Spanish because you connect with her friends and family. So usually Dominicans don't speak English to another Dominican. So Chris speaks English. He has spoken English forever because his mom put him in an institute when he was young and completely fluent when we met. We mostly spoke in Spanish in the beginning. I don't even know why. And Chris's friends all speak English. They're pretty much all engineers, or like that's one friend group. The other friend group, all professionals also, and they all have to speak English in their jobs. But when they're together, they are not going to speak English. Like they will always speak to Spanish, even if I'm there, right? So it helps to know what she's talking about. You want to feel connected, not only to the conversation, but, and I'm not saying she's going to talk about you in front of you, but it does happen. And I've seen it where they think like, oh, he can't understand me or she can't understand me. I'm just going to talk about them in front of them. I think it's really important to like be able to understand that, or if his family doesn't speak English, or hers in your case, sorry, connecting with her family. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I am guessing because I think you're a guy. Yeah, fireman, right? I just am assuming you're a guy. So yeah, it's definitely possible. I just think that, so let's say she doesn't speak English and you're going to translate and stuff. I've seen it. It's worked. I have friends that are like that. For me, I don't think I could do it because there's a long time before you're speaking Spanish well or he's speaking English well. And I just feel like there's so much communication in language. Obviously, that makes it sound so like obviously communication language, right? But the answer changes. So say I'm going to ask someone like, what's your dream? And I put it in Google Translate, and then they answer and they put it in Google Translate. I feel like it like not dumbs the answer down, but I feel like you can't really get to know someone on a deep, deep level without speaking the same language. Let me know if you guys agree. Maybe not. Like maybe that is just me, but yeah. But yes, it's possible. I love love. What did you miss about US while living in DR? I think I made a video about that. Yeah, I definitely did. I missed like certain foods, I would say. So I was eating like a lot of gluten-free, and like it's really expensive there. So sometimes I would just want like, I don't know, I'm trying to think what I would crave. Oh, like a really good salad, like which in Santiago they do have, but in Jarabacoa it's a little harder to find like a really good salad. Or Dunkin' tea, like those little things. It's not that big of a deal. I miss my family, obviously. I missed safer driving, even though Arizona's crazy driving too, not like DR. And I missed like sometimes when I would like have to deal with bureaucracy in terms of like paying a bill or getting something done. Some of you know it's hard to get it done there. And it's just like a lot of extra steps, like getting our internet set up in Jarabacoa was like a nightmare. So much back and forth. And that's when I was like, I kind of missed the efficiency in the US. But overall, like my friends and family, because everything else is just like subsequential. Like it doesn't really matter. Like I was very comfortable in DR. I feel like I miss more now about DR than I did about the States. But of course, wherever you are, you miss something from where you're not. If you are kind of splitting your time, it's completely normal. It doesn't mean you're bad or whatever. I love bagels. Carlos, me too. Like you don't understand. And the bagels in Arizona are trash. Also, that's what I miss in DR. They didn't have good bagels. They only had like the Thomas bagels, which is, I'm from New York, so it's like, you guys know it's not a bagel. Here either though, it's like, I've been trying to find a good one. Einstein bagels, not the same thing. I'm glad you can connect on carbs. You two look so happy. Genuinely, I'm so happy, which is fun. Like, I feel really blessed. I wish we could be going back and forth between DR more. Chris doesn't work remotely. I do, so I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But yeah, honestly, I can't really complain about a lot of things. We've been very good, which is great. Thanks. You said you were going to buy a house in DR. How much is an average home in DR? Good question. It completely depends where you want to buy a house, what type of house, location. We were mostly kind of looking at land. Sorry, this person, one of my clients just texted me, and I don't know why he asked if I'm okay. Oh, I guess there's riots happening in the States. That's true. Sorry guys. Yeah, we were looking at land because Chris is an engineer and like his dream is like design and build his own house. Cheaper to build a house in DR. You can get the materials more cheaply sometimes depending which materials you're using. You can get work more cheaply, but if you want to just buy a house, a freestanding, not like an apartment or a condo. I was looking in like Samana and I saw some of them are more like out of town area. I've seen from 75,000, maybe even a little less, let's say 60,000 to millions. So it really just depends what kind of house you want. If you want a house like on the beach in Las Terrenas, like right in town, it will be like 400,000. Depending on the house. I'm putting a lot of like caveats, but like just depends on the house. You can build something for like 100,000, 150,000, but you just have to like know what you're doing. That's for sure. Some of the houses I find, because I look at them online because one can dream, they're gorgeous, like these amazing villas, and they're so expensive. And I'm like, one day. Or they just don't have the price. So in my head, I'm like, oh, this is $100,000. Like, that's fine. We can do it. And I'm sure it's like $600,000. Yeah. You know, it's fine. Duolingo's my best friend. Duolingo's good. Check out Gritty Spanish. I'm not just saying that because I just did a video on them. It's really good. Like, it puts you in real situations, and like the DR situations are just like how to talk at the bank, how to order fast food, how to ask for directions. That I think was really helpful to like hear accents, especially Dominican accent, because Dominican Spanish, you guys know, it's like a whole different game than like what you're hearing on Duolingo. But Duolingo, I use it still. I've been going there since 2011. I get it, but I love me some Dominican chicas. Facts. Dominican girls or women, I shouldn't say girls, sorry, are beautiful. So beautiful, seriously. Dominicans in general, I'm like, wow, that's fair. Nice jeans. How are you? I'm great. How are you, Danny Daniel? I'm really good. My friends just did like a surprise proposal, and it was beautiful and so cute. And I cried because she was so happy. He did like 8 surprises in one. It was overwhelming, but amazing. It was so cute, but I'm good. Looking for a keeper. I feel you. There comes a time when you just want to settle down. You said true love, right? Or did you say you don't speak Spanish? Was that you? I think it's definitely possible. Depends what area you're looking in. Look at her family, look at her friends, look at her background, her intentions, you know, not testing her. Like, I don't like to test people, but there are a lot of hard questions that you can ask that I think a lot of people avoid asking because it's awkward or they don't want to. But I think when you're looking for something very serious, you need to be able to ask hard questions. What's the process of buying property in DR or owning a business there? So that's a little harder. Like, owning a business as an American, I think, is really tough. There's a lot of business opportunities, but they don't all do well. And there's a lot of like red tape sometimes to get them up and running or functioning as they should. I think any business in DR, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while since I looked this up. I think it has to have 70% of employees Dominican. Like, only 30% can be American. So they make you hire locally. Not saying that's like a bad thing or anything. But when Americans are looking for jobs, sometimes it's hard. Buying property can be difficult with like a lot of red tape. I know someone who tried to buy a house or bought a house in DR. And then a few years later, they were just like, all right, we're taking your house. Like, we're developing this now. And like, even though they own the land, the government like just did it and could or something for some reason. So I think a little bit challenging. You definitely want a Dominican to help you and read everything, and like feel like everything is like, when they see your American, like a gringo price, if you're not speaking Spanish and stuff, but it's definitely possible. And I think if you buy a property, they like expedite your citizenship if you're also applying for that, because it's like investing in the country. The good thing is most properties there, you don't have a property tax. I think if it's under like X amount. Oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy. Why? Sorry. Did you have a car in DR? If so, how much was it? I did. It was, let me see if I have a picture. Wow, sorry, my nose is so itchy. Oh, the drama is real. I think his name was like Miguel. Someone bought my car. Anyway, it was a 1997 Honda Passport. And everyone was like, what is a Honda? You mean Pilot? I'm like, no, a Honda Passport. And it was very old and didn't look good. But do I have a picture? I know I have a picture. I just don't want to like spend the whole time looking for it. I think I paid $3,200. They wanted $4,000 and I negotiated. It was just a missionary family selling theirs. And that was way more than that car was worth. I feel like it would have sold for like $800 in the US. Cars don't depreciate like they do in the US because they don't produce cars there. So there's less and they have to be imported. All of these things. So yeah, the value didn't really decrease. And then I think I sold it for $3,000 or like $2,800, something like that. It had a lot of miles. It really did. It was ugly and like the outside was completely beat up. It was, I don't have a picture, but it was bad. And driving there is scary. You really, really have to pay attention to what you're doing. I became really good at it because I paid attention, but you can't text. I mean, people do, but please don't. You really have to pay attention. And know that the other person is probably texting or drunk. But yeah, I was a very careful driver there. The good thing I liked, one time my car wouldn't start in the gas station because it wasn't good. And literally 10 people came to help immediately and they completely fixed it and were so nice and just literally did it to help. And I loved that. People are really willing to help, which is nice. Cause I feel here I see a lot of people on the side of the road and no one stops and it's sad. Crazy driving in DR. You're telling me, I told you the first, well, I don't know if I told you, I told the channel that the first day Chris and I hung out, his friend was driving, we got in a car accident, it was bad. And after that, I was I had nightmares for 2 weeks about the sound of the tires spinning out and we're spinning. And I was like, wow, that was terrifying. And I was so lucky to be not injured. Unfortunately, we hit a moto and she got injured, but she ended up being okay. And I'm kind of glad that that accident happened as early as it did, because after that, my whole time in DR, I was much more careful with driving and who was driving and wearing a seatbelt and, telling them to slow down because they drive so fast. But I am traumatized now. Even here, Chris hates driving with me because he's driving and I'm like, watch out, stop. There's a car. And he's like, I know, I see it. But I'm so scared of car accidents, so scared, because when I was there, I saw so many bad ones. I saw so many people die. I saw a 16-year-old boy die in the street in front of me. And I was like, this is really scary. Chris has an uncle. Unfortunately, his 4- and 6-year-old daughters were crossing the street going to school. And this SUV hit them both, this lady, and killed them both and kept going. And to this day has never been caught, don't know who she is, never turned herself in, never stopped to see if the girls were okay. And they both died. And it was that's traumatizing. And not saying that doesn't happen here, but it's like after seeing so much of that, I was like, I'm so scared to drive, truly. Overall, how was the whole process of getting married? Difficult or not? I would say difficult because there's so much paperwork, and if you don't check one tiny box, they send it back, or they ask for like more evidence, or you could get denied. Like you cannot make one mistake, basically. And then it's just, I think the most difficult part is like waiting and waiting and waiting, and they don't give updates regularly, and it's hard to do that. And I was with him, like, I'm just not patient. But my friends who are doing it and they're separated, I'm like, oh my gosh, I, again, give you so much credit, because this is a mess. This whole process, I mean, the most difficult part is knowing that the embassy could be so streamlined, this process. It could be online. It could be so much better. They don't go in order. They just like, some people get approved, and it's very subjective, which it shouldn't be. But, you know, it depends on your case too, how difficult it is. For example, Chris and I, neither of us have kids. Neither of us have been married before. I lived there, which like helped a lot. We obviously knew both of each other's families. He had a tourist card already. He had been to the States like 10 times. He met my family. We have no age gap. We had all this proof and this evidence. We speak the same language. So it was like easier for us, I think. The people who have age gaps, let's say there's a 20-year age gap, they're going to question you more. Kids, they're going to question more, like, have you met them? Any divorces? Like, you have to prove you're single. It's hard. It's a hard process, especially if you're apart. It's very strenuous on a relationship too. But usually it works out. So what attracted you about the Dominican Republic the very first time you found out about the island? Okay, I'll tell you. I had to take a drink. Who's gonna do a super chat? Like, you can buy me a bagel. I'm just kidding. Everyone's like, buy me a beer. I just want a bagel. Okay. So my first trip was like 2006, I think. Yeah. And I went when I was in college. I went with my church on a mission trip. And I feel very much differently about short-term mission trips now. That's like, can be for another video, but that's how I first went there. That's how the opportunity was presented to me. And you could pick, it was through Students International, and you could pick what track you wanted to be in for the 2 weeks that you're going to be there. Art, they had social work, teaching, they had sports, construction. So I always chose teaching. I went like 5 times throughout high school, and I would always go to the same school in Matagorda, which is like it was like a tiny little sub village it's like a barrio in Jarabacoa. Now it's like built up more, but tiny preschool, and it was beautiful and so cute, middle of nowhere. And I fell in love with it like right away. Like I loved DR, but I loved Jarabacoa right away. I thought like everyone was so nice. The kids were amazing. Like the culture was amazing. The food was amazing. I had so much fun. I kept coming back, kept going there to that site. Brought my mom back. I like begged her to go on a trip with me, and she did. She did medical. I stayed with my teaching, and then I didn't go to the DR at all for like 4 years, all through college and stuff. And then my friends and I went, my 2 best friends and I went on a trip in 2016, and I had lived in New York City in Manhattan for 2 years. And that's a crazy life. And I was like getting burnt out of being in the city 2 years. I'm like a baby, but I was like not wanting to be there anymore. And the trip was honestly, guys, like the most fun ever. Like I could cry talking about it. Like my 2 best friends, me, we were in Jarabacoa. We went to Cabarete. We were there for like 9-10 days, and it was so fun. And we got to do so many cool things. We went paragliding in Jarabacoa. We went surfing. We went boating. We went horseback riding on the beach, horseback riding in the river, met friends and like went to eat at their house. It was so fun. And I was like, wow, I feel like I could live here. And I know I don't want to like settle down. Thank you, Green Venom. That could give me a few bagels. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are the best. And I just felt like, wow, this is such a beautiful country. These are such beautiful people. They're so nice. Like, I would be so blessed to be able to like move here while I can. Like, I felt like I was like, okay, I have money to do it. I can teach. I have experience in that. I am independent. Like, I was really like, wow, I want to take this opportunity. And then I went back 1 month later by myself, interviewed at 2 schools, checked everything out. That was August. And then I literally didn't move until the next July because I kept changing my mind, because I am such an anxious, indecisive person. And that decision was like the hardest decision like of my life, deciding to move there, because there were a lot of different factors in that move. Like, I don't have to get all into it and bore you guys, but it was like, I'm actually making a video about it, like breaking through your anxiety and is it holding you back? And like, I'm so grateful I did it. I tell all my friends, I'm like, can you just move out of the country? Like, you will grow so much. You'll be so independent. You'll just like, it just gives you such a great outlook on life. Now I'm getting very like preachy. I'm sorry. That's not what you asked, Felix. Okay, cool. I'm embarrassed. But no, the island is amazing. The beaches are beautiful. The food's amazing. The music, people are fun. I could go talk to anyone on the street and they would talk to me or try to help me. Probably. And no matter where you go, there's something beautiful. Even if you're in the poorest little town, you'll see something beautiful. Whether it's like someone offering you literally to come over and have dinner. I'm like, you don't even know me. They're so nice. The mountains, the rivers, the lakes. Anyway, I could literally talk about that all night. Probably not what you guys are looking for. You're going to DR next week. Take me with you. You live in Jarabacoa? Guys, Irving has a house in Jarabacoa. We're all going. Is this an invite? Wow. Where in Jarabacoa? Not the address, but like the Avenida. So beautiful. What a blessing. You're going to have so much fun. Oh, did you buy a house there? You made a home over there. Are you from there? Or did you buy a house there? That would be really cool. A lot of people don't. Actually, that's not true. A lot of people do buy houses in Jarabacoa, but I don't know a lot of expats who do. I know a lot who rent nice houses there. And I know a lot of Dominicans who have weekend houses in Jarabacoa because it's so nice, but not like expats, which is nice because it's such an underrated city. Even though there's no beach, there's so many rivers and waterfalls and it's beautiful and the climate is beautiful. So, and everyone's really nice. And this is, I don't know if this is not inappropriate, whatever. The people are very attractive in Jarabacoa. Comment if you agree. They have like, they're more, I feel like natural, but not like completely. I feel like, I don't know. I love their style. They're very attractive. So someone asks where to find a woman, you can try there. I actually have a friend who is looking for a boyfriend, but I think she wants a Dominican. I love her. She's such a great girl. So I would really have to vet that person. First, Plata Papi. Hey Mills, how's the pregnancy going? What excites you about being a mother? What most worries you? Sorry for the spam of questions. No, that's great. I love questions. That's why I'm on this. It's going really well. I feel good. I answered this. I'll try not to make it too long. It went, I don't know, it's going well. I'm blessed. I have had a very easy, knock on wood, pregnancy. I haven't gotten sick. I've still been able to work out. I haven't had any like food aversions. most importantly, so far, all my appointments, the baby's really healthy, growing fast, looks really tall, probably because Chris, so I'm a little bit nervous because he was like 8.5, 9 pounds when he was born. I was 6, so I'm hoping it evens out a little bit. What excites me the most about being a mother? I have always wanted to be a mom. It's a little like it's very terrifying and surreal right now because I can't really feel the baby moving, so I don't feel pregnant. I feel good. But I'm like, wow, if like all goes well, si Dios quiere, I'm gonna have a baby in 4 months, like an actual human I have to take care of. It's exciting because I can like teach this human so many things. I'm excited to like have a child with Chris because I love him so much and I feel like his child would be so cute. And I can't wait to see him be a dad. That excites me so much because he's such a great person. And for me, I just can't wait to like have a person like to teach and grow and have fun with. And I'm adopted, and I think I did one video about this, but growing up, it was like hard for me because I was like, oh, I don't look like anyone in my family. We did, but like, you know that you're not like actually related. So I was always like so excited to have my own kid that's like biologically related to me, even though that's not what makes a family, but you know, if you're adopted, you get it. So I've always just wanted to be a mom. So yeah. What more worries me the most? Just anything. I have very bad anxiety, as I said, and I think like the fear that something could happen to the baby is my biggest fear. Like, I don't care if it's a boy, I don't care if it's a girl, you know, whatever else, but I really care like if they're healthy and if anything happens, because I know my anxiety is going to be insane. I'm going to be like not sleeping. Like, is it breathing? Is it breathing? That worries me a lot. Anyone like hurting my child, that scares me. Even an accident happening, I think that, and also like just the responsibility, like you have to keep this person alive and then also make them like a good human and teach them good lessons and stuff, but no pressure. It's fine. It will be fine. Favorite rapper? I don't really have a favorite. I suck. I don't know. You know who my favorite rapper used to be? Lupe Fiasco. I used to love him. Like, Little Weapon, I could rap the entire song right now. I love that. That's probably not who you thought I was going to say. I don't know, though. I don't really have a favorite rapper or artist. I feel like I just like various songs from each person. Chris has really good rappers, like really good taste in music. And there's a lot of like British and like African or like Nigerian, I think it is, rappers that he plays. And I'm like, this is really good. But I usually am just like, oh, like top Latin hits. I'll play that. I'm boring. Will you teach your baby Spanish? Cien. What is ciento? Yeah, definitely. I think, yes. I was just talking about this with a friend tonight. And 100% my baby needs to be bilingual. I think it's such a good asset. And any of my friends that are Hispanic will say like, I wish that I spoke Spanish. My parents didn't want me to not speak English, so they didn't teach me Spanish. So I definitely want to learn. Definitely. Well, no, I want my baby to learn. I know it, but the problem is Chris was like, what if they get your accent? And I'm like, that would be bad. But I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't. Like, I know that there's a theory, I don't know, I would speak English to the baby. Chris would only speak Spanish. So it's hearing 2 different languages. But like, I don't want to be left out. I want to speak Spanish too. So I think what we might do while we're here, we speak Spanish at home and my whole family speaks English. All of our friends speak English. The like school and stuff is going to be in English. So the outside world, they're going to learn English really quickly. But I think we would both speak Spanish at home and just be like, listen to his accent, not mine. So gringa. But yeah, the baby will be speaking Spanish. I'm so grateful that God and Google led me to you. I was totally lost on my journey, navigating my way through the visa process. And I'll put the words Dominican and visa in Google and you popped up. That's so nice. Thank you so much. that honestly like makes me so happy, because that's like why I make K1 visa videos, because starting out the process, I was like, this is so overwhelming. Like, how can anyone figure this out on their own, let alone if like both people speak mostly Spanish? It's like the way that they word things on the form. I'm like, why didn't you just say that? If you wanted to know it, just ask me in that way. They like talk like Yoda. But yeah, I always am happy when people message me on Instagram or email me questions about the visa, because I know it's such a stressful process. So hopefully my videos are some help. But if you ever have questions, message me on Instagram, Rebecca Mills with 3 S's, and I'd be happy to help you. I definitely love helping anyone with that. Do you listen to Dembo? I don't know. I honestly listen to whatever Chris puts on in the car. So yes, a mix. And then when I'm home, I listen to like Romeo Santos and Prince Royce, or top like hits, or I'll be like obsessed with a song and play it 50 times in a row. Go back to the 90s hits. And then I listen to a lot of podcasts. So if I'm like home alone when I'm working, I listen to podcasts a lot rather than music. And they're all like true crime murder podcasts. So I don't really know what that says about me. It's fine. Do you guys plan on raising the baby in your current apartment? Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yep. We have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. And it's definitely big enough, which is nice. It's like 1150 square feet. So it's not huge, that's for sure, but it's not tiny. A lot of the 2-bedrooms here are like 800 square feet. So it's a little bit bigger, and that's nice. Our lease is up in June. So we have only been here like a month and a half, but yeah, the baby will be here. I'm not sure if we're going to stay another year, if we're going to renew it, I don't even know where else we would go. Not really sure I want to buy a house here. I don't know why. I think buying is a good investment. Arizona's like exploding. It's crazy how many people move here, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That was a long answer. My goal is to have a house in DR and a house here, whether it's like a rental or something we own, and we just go back and forth, because it's really, really important to me that the baby is like exposed to the DR and like very much understands and is ingrained in that culture, because I don't want them to like lose any touch with that, because, you know, that's like going to be such a big part of hopefully their lives. But yeah, we'll be here for a little bit. Are you going to give birth to your baby in the US so she is a citizen of the US, or are you going to give birth to him in the DR so he's a citizen there? Definitely in the US. Because we're here and I have insurance here, and I don't have insurance in the DR anymore. I don't want to give birth in the DR unless I was in like a very good private clinic, and those exist and those are a thing, but you really have to find a really good doctor there. And C-section rates are so high in the DR, like much higher than in many countries. And I don't like think that's the best thing, because sometimes they're like kind of forced on the mom sometimes, not everywhere, but sometimes. And yeah, since we're here, I have insurance here, want to make sure like everything goes well and not risking anything. Also, we can get the baby Dominican citizenship through Chris, and hopefully it won't be too hard. You have to like prove paternity, and yeah, so don't think it would be too hard, hopefully, because I do want the baby to get citizenship there too. But yeah, baby will be here. I have like 2 hospitals to choose from. So yeah. Hi JJ. Hola amigo, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Tú. Bien, bien. Yo tengo hambre, yo quiero comer algo. Bueno, yo tengo una pizza aquí, yo tengo que cocinarlo, pero bien. Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Hola Mills, I arrived in DAR. I know you mean DR. Oops, I arrive in DR tomorrow. Girl, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Like, I tell Chris every day, I'm like, I want to be in the DR, and I can go. Like, I work remotely. Can't leave him though. Like, that's mean. But also, I don't know if I should be traveling there right now with everything going on. But when I say every day, I mean every day, and it hurts my stomach. Mills. Hi, Billy. How are you? Hi, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? It kicked me out. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know what happened, legit. Someone say yes if you can hear me. No one's saying anything. I'm nervous. JJ, can you hear me? I'm so awkward. Oh my God. Can you guys hear me? Thank you, Felix. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Oh, wow. You all answered, but it didn't pop up. Sorry. Does the DR have nursing assistants? I don't know what happened. Why did that happen? Yes, there are nurses in the DR and then doctors. What I will say, and I do not mean this, again, in any disrespectful way, people I know in the medical field, so I'm not making this up, have told me that a nurse in the DR is actually equivalent to like a CNA in the States based on their education, the testing, the certifications that they need. So a nurse there is not on the same level as a nurse here usually. I'm not saying every nurse. So sometimes like they're not learning all the proper things that they need to learn, but they're doing them. So it makes me a little bit nervous sometimes. Like I've heard of some, my friend, I think she still lives there, or I guess it's an acquaintance. She would work with kids who would study abroad through Pucamaima in Santiago. It's a college. And they were Americans, and they would always end up having like an accident, having to go to the hospital, get an infection, get an amoeba usually. And she said like the hospital, even Holmes, which is like one of the best hospitals, she said like the nurses would never update the charts. They weren't checking like the exact dosage of medications. The paperwork was not that organized. So it makes me, yeah, it's like, you know, but it just depends. And there's like private clinics that are so nice. So you can't really just say like, oh, medical healthcare there sucks. Like, depends where you are. But I will say like we've been to the hospital a lot, and like it's just funny how a lot of them don't use computers. They like have a notebook and they write down your name, and that's how you make an appointment. You have to call in or show up to get your appointment, and then sit there for hours or leave and come back, and they put your payment, like write it down. It's funny, but you know, it's just changing. Love the detailed answers, by the way. Thank you. I never shut up, so I'm glad you like it. I'm sure other people, probably the guys, are like, can you just say one word and move to the next question? But you guys know me. I heard you talk in one of your videos about being more Dominican than Chris because you dance to Dominican music. What type of Dominican music are you able to dance? Oh no. Pressure's on. I like to make fun of Chris. He can definitely dance better than I can. Yeah, but he's not watching now. He's playing his game. So he won't hear me say that, and I will never admit it again. I can dance bachata. Can dance. I like know the steps, but I can't. It's very hard to move your hips like the opposite way from your shoulders. Once I start, I'm like, okay, they're gonna go the same way now. I try to like have fun movements and stuff, and then like I see Dominican girls dance, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna sit down now. I think I will watch. I know like the basics of salsa, but like I feel like it's kind of hard. And merengue is like okay, but I feel like merengue is the easiest, but bachata is the most fun for me. I love to play like Romeo, Prince Royce, Anthony Santos, really anything, and then I'll make Chris dance with me. But do I want to go to a club or like a bar and dance in front of a bunch of Dominicans? Not particularly, because they will roast me funny story real quick. This was like when Chris and I first met. We were like 3 months dating, and or maybe less, maybe like 2 months, he took me out with his friends. We were literally just hanging out outside at their friend's house, like across the street in this like patio thing. And they were playing music, and his best friend was dancing with this girl, and a couple other people were dancing, and they were like, dance, dance, dance. And I was like, no, because I was embarrassed, because like I can't dance like them, and I'm very competitive. So they were like, the girl's like, come dance. And I was like, I can't, like my stomach hurts. And she was like, okay, literally only Americans use that excuse. Like, and she's like, I can't know how many times I've heard an American be like, I can't, my stomach hurts. Like, it's just an excuse. She's like, Jamaicans don't say that. So I was like, all right, but maybe it does hurt, and I'm not going to dance anyway. Are you going to share a baby registry with us? I can, if you want. I have some stuff on it already. I would never expect anyone to buy us anything. That would be very freca, but I would be happy to. Yeah, I don't have it like public. I have the link. I guess I could put it somewhere. I don't want it to seem like I'm requesting gifts. But yeah, I don't really. The registry just has a lot of basics, not a lot of clothes, because we're not finding out the gender. But yeah, I'll put it on as time goes, right? Maybe. Que bien, me alegro que esté bien. You too. Go to Jarabacoa. I want to. I want to go to I want to go to everywhere. I want to go to Jarabacoa. I want to go to Las Serenas, Samaná. I want to go to Barona, Valle de las Águilas. I want to go to, these are places I've been except for Barona. I haven't really been to the southwest. Oh, I want to go to Cabrera too. It looks really cute. I want to go to Las Galeras, where that villa is. I made a video. It's called like Playa Fronton, or like Las Galeras Beach Villa. That, I think about that house every day. It was amazing. And I really want to go everywhere in DR, but definitely Jarabacoa. I want to go see Chella. She's in some of my videos, and Brianna, the little girl, and her family so badly. She just had surgery, Chella, the grandma, and she's doing really well. And she called me, like, let me know how she's doing. We talk like all the time. And her family is just such genuinely good people. I am extremely happy when I'm with them. It's just beautiful people. So nice. So nice. I miss them so much. I love them. Number one advice for someone wanting to move to DR for a little while. Oh, number one advice. I'll try to keep it short. Okay. Do your research. I would say that, because a lot of people go on one vacation to like Punta Cana and they're like, I want to move here. And I would definitely say do your research. If you're going to teach, do your research about the school. If you want to move to Cabarete, do your research about that town, how much you'll get paid, how much rent is, electricity, how to get around, just if it's safe. Like, research, I did so much research. Like, I probably read every link online about DR and living there as an expat. So many blogs, so many forums, everything. DR1 was good, but I feel like a lot of people there are negative and complain a lot. But it's good for information. Yeah, research, I would say. And then go in with an open mind and low expectations. Because I always think your expectations are low, like your experience will exceed your expectations. And then you'll be like pleasantly surprised than like having crazy expectations. Romero Santos is a good doctor in DR. That's good to know. Is he in Santiago? I'm from Costa Rica. That's awesome. I want to go to Costa Rica so badly, like so badly. I really want to go everywhere, but I've heard Costa Rica is so clean, so beautiful, super, super, super nice people, like no crime, just gorgeous places to be. But I've heard it's a little bit expensive because it is like more touristy now, but I would love to go there. That's definitely on the list. Yeah, I see that video. The villa, I'm amazed every day. Like it's just, she has this house in the middle of nowhere. It's so peaceful. Like literally it's so peaceful. And it's this one, like, if you can see, that's her deck. And then it's like overlooking this gorgeous mountain and this blue water. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is heaven. It's beautiful. What are los barrios like in DR? It depends which ones. There's some in Santo Domingo that have a bad reputation, that are very more crime, I would say, a little bit rougher. People are like, don't walk around there, it's really dangerous. I would probably walk around everywhere no matter where I am, and I have walked around a lot of dangerous places, but I'm pretty street smart. I know I don't seem it all the time, but I'm super observant about what goes on around me. So I always know if someone's like shady, I feel like, because I'm just like watching out, you know, but they're fine. I feel like 90% of the barrios are fine. They're just poor people typically. And some of them are like, oh, like they don't like outsiders, but like maybe just like a little bit lower quality of life. I've seen some very rough barrios and like the conditions that people live in, which are really sad, with like, you know, obviously like dirt floors. There's this one barrio, I don't even know if it's still there, which is so bad to even say because I haven't been back to that part of Jarabacoa. It's called El Cajon, and it was so sad. Like, I remember this from my trips when I was in high school, and I was like, I can't even believe this. Like, it was like hut, like attached, you know, those kind of things. Like the little tin roofs, they were literally like 10 feet wide, and no electricity at all, no running water at all, no like sanitation. I don't know how to say, like drainage and stuff at all. Very high rates of alcoholism, domestic violence against women. There was a social work group there, and they did such good work with them and the women in the community and the men too, and helping them with like micro loans, all this stuff. But I mean, it just depends. But genuinely, I feel like 90% are just filled with great people. And yeah. Long answer. Just got your YouTube channel. Are you still in DR? I'm not in DR right now. Thanks for reminding me. I'm just kidding. We live in Arizona right now. We did the K1 visa, but we're going back soon. And then we're going to split our time between there once Chris gets a remote job, and we're going to buy something in DR. Probably in like North Coast, and then go back and forth. So, yeah. If I want to plan a trip to the DR minus plane and hotel tickets, how much do you think I should have saved up to spend comfortably for a week? Ooh, that's a good question, but it's hard because like, it depends like what you want your experience to be. Like some people go and they're like, living it up, right? Like they're in Sosua, they're in Punta Cana, they're in Santo Domingo, they're like going to the clubs, they're going to the bars, they're spending so much money, they're buying a ton of drinks, buying cigars, going to fancy dinners, and then you need more money for sure. But for me, I'm trying to think how much I spent with my two best friends on that trip in 2016, because I felt like that was really good because we did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of excursions. We ate out like every meal, but we didn't go crazy at all. I feel like I spent like $600. That was like 10 days though. Maybe. You don't need that much. It just depends what you're doing, because you can go to like a beach bar restaurant and everything's super cheap, or you can go to like Saga in Santiago and spend a lot, or go to a resort, right? And then you're spending a lot on drinks if they're not included, and food. But yeah, I would say like 500. You guys can tell me if I'm like so off, because I'm very tacaña, but like other people are not, and they have fun on vacation, spend a lot of money. Especially if you want to buy like souvenirs and stuff. Negotiate though, because they're gonna try to charge you more. Damn, crazy nostalgia. I know, right? Like even thinking about the mission trips when like I don't really think about them as much anymore as I do just like living there, but like feels so long ago, but also not long ago. It's crazy. Have you ever had any bad street experiences in the DR? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. None in Jarabacoa, I don't think, and none in Santiago. But again, I'm very careful. I'm not as careful as some people, or I don't seem as careful as some people, because I would be walking down the street with my nice camera, like filming, right? So that seems like kind of dumb. But I'm like always looking around me. And then I would have my backpack a lot because I was working remotely. I would love to go to like a cafe and work or somewhere with Wi-Fi to get out. And I would have like a backpack with my laptop, my wallet and stuff. Nothing ever happened. No one ever tried to take my backpack off of me and I like got them away. No one ever tried to take money. I'm trying to think. No one ever really like tried to steal anything from me. I would say the worst street experience I have is like falling in holes. Like not actually, but the sidewalks there are like not good. So you really have to be like looking down or else you'll literally like fall into a hole. I would like run. Chris and I would go on runs in Santiago and I'd be like, this is legitimately like the X Games. Like I feel like I'm gonna die. And then just watching out for cars and motos because they're crazy. I will say, again, I got very lucky because I didn't like ever get myself in that situation, but like almost all of Chris's friends have been robbed or mugged or whatever you want to call it. And he hasn't and I haven't. They've been like stopped at their car and like forced, like rolled down the window. But no, I have like catcalling is annoying, but that's not dangerous. Like just men, a couple would like try to follow me, but they're just following you to like talk to you. Like it wasn't in any like threatening way. So that was okay. Not really. Like I would just like acknowledge people and be like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Or like, buen día or whatever. But the worst experience is them being like, pss, 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 pss. Gringa, rubia. Actually, they wouldn't call me gringa a lot. Thank goodness. They would all call me rubia. And I would be like, first of all, my hair is not blonde. I know they mean skin color, but no. Okay. Sorry, I'll come back to your questions, but last time I was in DR, I got stabbed and robbed. I hope you're okay. Like genuinely, I hope you're okay. That's terrifying. And what I was going to say is I feel like I got lucky. I feel like, yes, I'm street smart, but yes, I got lucky. I had a friend who taught French in Santiago. And she went to Nike, bought a brand new pair of Nikes, which are very expensive there, and was walking home and had like the Nike bag, whatever. And this moto came up to her and was like, give me your bag. Like, give me that bag. And she literally just like handed him the bag because, you know, you don't know like if they're going to try to hurt you. And then they did say like, where's your phone? But she was like, I don't have a phone. Luckily it was like in her pants. That never happened to me. Also, I've had a friend who lived in Santiago for a year. She had her laptop bag. Like it was like a messenger bag, you know, like a side thing. And they drove by on the moto and grabbed the bag, but it's like on her neck. So she's like getting pulled backwards on this moto, like on her neck. So she just took it off and they rode and they stole her laptop, which really sucks. Her neighbor also got shot during a robbery. Like she did not have a good experience in Santiago. She had a better experience in Jarabacoa for sure. I've been really lucky. Yeah. I'm trying to think, unless I blocked it out, which is possible. Chris and I went out in Cabarete and we went to a club on the beach. This was like early on in a relationship, and a group of guys, I was walking in and I had a skirt on, and this one guy like reached under my skirt and like grabbed me and we didn't know who it was because it was like a group of guys, and they were just like staring at us. I thought it was Chris, and I was gonna be like, what in the hell? Like, absolutely, who are you? But he got so pissed we had to leave, and we hadn't just gotten there. Like, he wanted to fight everyone. That I feel like is so gross. Like, don't touch me. It just, it sucks. Like, you don't want to get robbed. Like, people have gotten shot over $20, but that happens in the States too. I've been very blessed and lucky, I will say that. Are you a jellicle cat? Guys, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm scared. Did you ever feel as though you had friends who were trying to use you while in DR? Plata Bobby, you have such good questions. If so, how did you manage those friendships? That's such a good question. Let me get my chopstick. That doesn't have anything to do with this. I hope you guys can hear me. So that's no, I haven't. I don't really think so. Like, let's see. Not really. No. Trying to think if anyone like has outwardly asked for money and stuff. No, but that's very common, especially if you're naive, and especially if you don't speak Spanish well, which I don't even think I'm fluent, but if you're not picking up on little nuances, I think that could be challenging. I feel like, so I like, when you like have a memory, but you can't remember it, but it's like kind of there. That's what's happening right now. No, but I will say, that's really common. And more so than using me for money, it would be like, I knew a few guys in Jarabacoa when I first started teaching that wanted to like be my friend. And I'm not trying to be one of those girls that's like, oh my God, I have so many guy friends. But I do have a lot of guy friends, and I feel like they're very easy to get along with, especially in DR where they're more friendly to me than girls sometimes, depending on the situation in which you're meeting them. So I know, like, obviously some of them were acting like they wanted to be my friend, and then like they were trying to hook up or something or date, which no. So I would say in that sense, like using me, like pretending to be my friend, but they didn't want to be my friend. Using me for money, not really, because I am not the type to like, I'm very generous. Like if you need something, that's fine. Like I don't want to say like, but like Chris and I pay for Brianna to go to school with some other people, like that. Definitely, like ask me if you need help. I would love to like support that. Like I love her, like definitely let me pay for her school. But I've never had people like, oh, can you just get me just buy it for me this time and I'll pay next time? No, but that's because I'm not the type to be like, drinks on me, let me buy around. Like not really. It's interesting because I have friends who think that, and a lot of guys, like that type of person, like their friends are like, you go out because a lot of the guys pay for you, so you go out and they're like, oh, it's on him. Like, so I think it's like harder for guys, but no, never really Dominicans who I think used me. Hey, Mills, it's Nelson here. Hi, Nelson. I missed you. I was thinking about you the other day because your comments are funny. How are you? Ella es una tica. I am. Facts. Don't mess with me. Yeah. No, I will say like bad street experience was the car accident Chris and I got in, but he was with me. Justin, his friend, was with us, and they like didn't let any of the tigres come near me. They were drunk and super mad. No. What are your opinions on the military industrial complex trying to take over? Probably not the person to ask. Do you mean in the States or in DR? Let me know, and then I'll answer. Mills, 500 will not get you much fun rest in DR, no matter how much you want to stretch it. All right, Felix, you're probably right. Like I said, I'm so tacaña, which means cheap. I don't like to like spend a lot of money because I could just sit on a beach and be completely fine. Okay, fair enough. Let's say 800 for the week. Just bring it, and I think you'll be fine. Because then you can eat out. Let's say you eat out like every meal. That's like 10 to 20 bucks. But again, like I'm not going to the nicest restaurants. Depends. Yeah, let's say like 20 bucks for like a nice dinner or something I'm fine with. 30 bucks. I think that's fine. Some excursions, like save up for that. If you want to have fun and go on like excursions and stuff, that's like $50 to do a horseback riding thing and $50 to do that. So that can definitely add up. Transportation and stuff though, you can get around super cheaply. Yeah, just depends. This is a good question. What's a single life like in Santiago? I feel like it's good. Let me see if Chris is off his live, because let's see if he wants to go. I'm gonna call him. Whoops, that's not him. That's cool. Being single in Santiago is good. I feel like you have a lot of opportunity to meet people, because first of all, it's kind of nice that like Santiago is smaller than Santiago. You run into people like crazy. I'm like, how did I see you in Santiago? There's like a million people here. He just declined my call. Guess we got our answer. Let's see. Hi, can you come answer a question? Thanks, bye. Meanwhile, he's like in battle. Like, okay. No, so sorry. It's good because there's bars, there's restaurants, there's universities to meet people at. There's you see the same people. So like if you meet friends and you start having a friend group, you see them again, which is cool. Easy to meet up with people. Places are open pretty late, depending. Maybe not like as rowdy or whatever as Santo Domingo, or maybe a more touristy town like Punta Cana, which is kind of hard to meet locals, I think. And the beaches like Cabarete can meet people very easily. But sorry, that wasn't your question. Santiago, it's fun, I think. I was gonna ask Chris because he was single there and I wasn't, like before he knew me. I think it's good. You just make connections. A little, it's kind of hard to meet people at first anywhere you go, but once you make a friend group, that's what I love. When you have a friend group, like you instantly have more friends because they're like, oh, come to this. And then there's 10 people there and you meet them and they're like, oh, we're going to have dinner here. Come there, come to my house. And then it's easy. I think it's fun. If any of you are single in Santiago, let me know. It's fun. Definitely a lot of like little bars and stuff to go to and hang out. I got stabbed in the streets. Okay, what is going on? Why are you guys getting stabbed? Are you guys, so I'm curious, are you guys both, are you Dominican or are you white or are you something else? Are you American? What are you? Not that it matters. No one should get stabbed. I hope you're both okay. I feel like you're okay because you're commenting in here, but like, that's terrifying. And something like that would like really scar me. And maybe that's why nothing bad happened besides getting in a car accidents and like seeing people die would be like, that would really, really make me so paranoid forever. I did see, we were at the hospital one night with Chris and like this guy ran in and he got shot in the back, this like security guard, and he was like bleeding everywhere. And it was so stupid. I think they like cut him off or something on his moto and he like, literally shot him. It's weird though, because there's not as much gun violence there, but I guess it does happen sometimes. Falling into holes, are you an Ninja Turtle? Yes. Can I get a nice apartment there paying $300 a month? Yeah. In Santiago or another town? Let me know. But yeah, you definitely can. I paid more. I paid $400, but I had a furnished apartment and it was really big. And it was in a really, really nice area and it was super safe. But yeah, I was looking at way cheaper apartments. Like you can get one for less than that or unfurnished or also in a nice area. you should definitely be fine. They have apartments as low as like 10,000 pesos or less, but I wouldn't, you know, spend that. But yeah, you can get a good one for 300, depending, yeah, what area you're in. A little harder in Santo Domingo. Can the what in the hell? Can the IRS track me down and find me if I hide in DR? I feel like if I answer is this a trap? I feel like you're an FBI agent or something. Yes, probably. Are you like trying to do tax evasion? Probably. I feel like, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't recommend that. Yes, you can always be found. And also like look at Miko Worldwide, which we won't talk about, but like he was found, he ran to the DR to hide and they found him. So like, I think it's very possible to be found. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm in war in prison. I'm so confused. I would stab for you. That's nice, but don't. Yeah, I would not try to hide from the IRS. Nelson, I feel like, see, like maybe that was a gunshot. I don't know. I feel like 300 for a house, you can, but like a house and a pool and all these rooms in Santiago, it depends where you are, I guess, but it seems a little low for me, right? But I don't know. It depends. It also depends on people's standards. Like I'm not like super bougie, but some people want to be in like a high rise, you know, and then it's more expensive because you're getting like a pool and a gym and all these amenities, which is really nice. Does the FBI have jurisdiction? I feel like you're trying to ensnare me. Honestly, I don't know if there's an extradition agreement with the US. I feel like there might not be. I don't know. I don't look up these laws. I forget, but no. The DR is a bad place. Oh man, next to my apartment. Okay, that doesn't mean the whole country's bad. Maybe he had an emergency. It's okay. That's definitely not something I want to see. That would probably make me throw up, but you know, happens. I might have to, okay, I feel like you're like, what's the word? Like not catfishing, it's trolling. Would one be able to get that mini mansion for 300 a month in Puerto Plata? Depending what like neighborhood you're in. Yeah, definitely depends what neighborhood you're in. And yeah, you can. But again, depends on your standards. You could totally get like a good apartment for that. For sure. Colombia won't work for you either. The FBI and DAA went to get Caesar the abuser from Colombia recently. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Why the feds everywhere? Because I don't know. Are you? I feel like you can't run from something. I don't know. Whatever. What are some essentials you should bring to the DR from America? That's such a good question. I'm actually doing a video on that, so stay tuned. But I will say a cell phone. Electronics are more there. So bring your cell phone, get it unlocked. If you are like legit moving, if you want some appliances like a toaster or some good pots and pans, like stuff like that, if you're a real adult, because obviously I didn't bring any of that, bring those because appliances are more and like not as good quality, like the pots and pans and stuff, or a toaster or whatever. You should bring extension cords, good chargers, bug spray if you get bit a lot. I don't, but like when you first move there, I feel like everyone does. Any snacks you want that are like American, like peanut butter, nuts, not American, but not like made in DR, because those, when they're imported from the US, are very expensive. Like, so bring like all your American snacks with you that you don't want to, that are like non-perishable. See, I haven't like written down for this video yet, so it's a little hard. I promise it will be better. And I brought all my medications that I needed and like extra refills and stuff and prescriptions in case I needed anything there. Extra contacts if you wear contacts, glasses. Yeah, you don't need that much, I don't think. Oh, a copy of your birth certificate. That's very important. Not the original. 500 is plenty, but it all depends on how the person wants to be. Maybe the person should clarify if there's, yeah. I know, I think 500 is plenty, but like I said, it just depends where you are. Cause like I'll eat at super chill places, get like chicken and plantains and be fine. Whereas some people like to go drink and get steaks and then things get more expensive. But if you're trying to have like a vacation, do excursions, save money for that. Why? Why are they making videos of that? That's weird. And it sounds sad, like honestly. Like, I don't know. Anyway, what clubs are open in Santiago right now? I don't like Lovera, LOL. I don't go out. I used to. And when I first went there, I did. And then for some reason, we started going to bars and like hanging out and like restaurants that are open super late. You know, like I like large groups where there's so many people like tight, like stress me out. And yeah, Nelson, do you know? He's in Santiago. Like, what is a good club that's open right now? I don't think that they're open right now, but what they do open, because they have the quarantine again right now. Wow, the comment section makes it seem like we're savages in the DR. I'm so happy nothing ever happens in the beautiful US of A. Aren't you Dominican? Not so many bad things happen in DR. Like I said, nothing happened to me really. And I was so blessed for 2 years that nothing happened. Things happen no matter where you are. Something can definitely go wrong. Will something go wrong when you live in the DR and you're an expat or a foreigner? Probably at some point something will go wrong. Nothing's ever perfect. Nothing ever goes as you expect. People will try to take advantage of you, especially depending on how you maneuver. But like overall, I think it's a beautiful place. Such kind people. 99% of people would not do anything to hurt anyone else there. So yeah. I must go, please. You're from Australia? You probably already left, John, but thanks so much for watching. I don't know what time it is there, but good morning. I couldn't really tell you, and I have been sarcastic, your specialty, but 300 will give you a very nice place. Let me put it this way, $300 over 16,000 pesos. Yeah, you'll be fine with that, but I wouldn't say a mansion. Does Chris stream his gameplay online, like on Twitch? No. I told him to. I was like, there could be more Spanish streamers, like, speaking Spanish, because everything's in English. Not everything, but why don't you stream? No, it's just like he plays Call of Duty now. He was playing like Fortnite and like got over that. Now it's all Call of Duty. And it's just really a way for him to like hang out with his friends. So his like 5 or 6 or whatever Dominican friends all play. So it's a way for them to like hang out and whatever. But no, I told him he should stream. He's shy. Are you trying to put me in the hood? Probably. No, you'll be fine. What I recommend is a lot of time, look at Corotos.com, COROTOS.com, and you can look up rent and rentals, furnished, unfurnished, the area in Santiago you want to be in, and it will tell you prices. But a lot of people don't advertise their rentals online. So you need to go there, get an Airbnb for a week, stay at a hotel for a week, and then once you're there in person, you can walk around and stuff, and like it's way better. Like you can find things that aren't online and maybe negotiate a bit. Them guys getting stabbed. Uh-oh, should I read this? Them guys getting stabbed were like drunk and acting the fool. People ain't randomly getting stabbed out here, so maybe those 2 guys should give a little context as to the circumstances. I think it's like interesting, like 2 people literally said back to back they got stabbed there. But I know it happens. I know people get stabbed there. I honestly feel like it's more likely to be a Dominican stabbing another Dominican, but I don't know. I don't know because I guess I don't like find myself in that. And I don't ever want to say someone's lying. I don't want to like blame the victim, right? But I'd be interested. Like, for example, if someone tries to take your phone, probably just give it to them. You know, if you try to fight it back, they're going to be like, that's when I think things could get dangerous. And I'm the type to be like, no, like, claro que no, vete, déjame en paz. But like, Chris was like, no, you just need to give it to them. Like, it's not worth it. But luckily that never happened. So I hope no one gets, I hope none of you ever gets stabbed or hurt or anything ever in your life. Please. Love your honesty and genuine personality. Thanks, Ronnie. That's so nice. I really appreciate that. Are there a lot of homeless people asking for money on the streets? If so, what do you say to them? Yeah, depending where you are. So I've known some homeless people, but very few in DR, which I really like because there's way less homeless people there than there are here. It's nice that like families take care of each other, that they don't really let each other be homeless. Like you can always stay with an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or something, which I think is really nice. It's like tighter knit family unit. I remember there was a lady who was homeless in Jarabacoa, and it was so sad. Like she was an addict. She had the worst infection on her legs. People would like laugh at her and stuff. She was like not, at that point, she was like so far gone. And it was really sad to see her like in the streets and stuff. And she ended up dying. It's just so depressing. Like that really, it makes me so sad. But I don't see a lot of homeless people in DR, which it makes me happy because I get depressed. But I do see a lot of people begging a lot. In Santiago, there's a lot of people begging on the busy roads. And what's really sad is a lot of them are disabled. A lot of them are in a wheelchair, or they have a missing limb, or they have a deformity. There's this guy in Santiago that's arm is just completely backwards. Oh my gosh. And just seeing those people every day makes me so freaking sad for them because, you know, like, or maybe you don't, but DR doesn't have as many services for disabled people, for poor people as we do here. And some, you know, a lot of them, their option is to beg. So that's really sad. What do I say to them? And then the other sad thing is there's a lot of kids begging. So if you're at the monument in Santiago, for example, a lot of times you'll see young boys that are trying to clean your shoes, like shoe shiners, or trying to sell you flowers or sell water, and they're so young. Or like in Santo Domingo, lots of them trying to wash your car windows, and like they don't really like listen when you say no. It's just depressing. What I say, I am very sensitive. I usually give them like a few pesos if I have it, because honestly, like what's 50 pesos to me when, you know, I'm definitely not rich at all. Let me clarify. But for me, it's like, I can give you something. Like, I'm not going to be spiteful and say no. Sometimes I would be like, yeah, I don't have any physical cash on me because I use credit cards a lot. But Chris would always give money to them too. A few of them, like he knew, like he would see them a lot because he lived there his whole life. So we'd always try to give them money. And I don't know, it's just depressing, but just be nice. The kids I would try to talk to, and like a couple of them, it makes me sad. Like a couple of them I would ask them, like, where are your parents? Like, are you good? Like, are you hungry? Are you eating? Like, what do you need? So we would like buy them Wendy's sometimes. Or like in Jarabacoa, I remember there was one, he told me he was hungry. And honestly, like even if they're not, the fact like they're coming up to me and Chris, like it wasn't just me and they're like, oh, she's rich. Like, again, what's like me spending 100 extra pesos for a lunch for them to eat? Like, I feel like if you can do that small thing, like do it, get the food, especially the kids. But yeah, the kids will like follow you around, and sometimes older people will follow you around too, but usually they don't like harass you or anything for money. I lived in DR. That place sucks. I'm not making it up. That's fine. Some people don't like it. That's fine. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has a different experience in life. Some people hate New York. Some people love it. That's completely fine. You have a few people trolling and making up fake stories. It's fine. Even if they're real, like, I don't really get bothered unless you guys are being mean to me. Then we do not have homeless in the DR. At the end of the day, people at least have a shack to go to. It's so true. And I'm not saying that's a great life. That's not, okay, my hair's so knotted. That's not ideal. That's not what it should be, but it's nice that they have at least some type of shelter to go back to, or someone is willing to let them crash on their couch. You know, I really like that because I feel like here it's not always like that. And there's a lot of homeless people here, and it's really depressing. That's such a like place that should be able to help, doesn't. Yeah, definitely beggars there though. I had an emergency of the virus in my intestines. I did have to go into an alley. There was no getting around. You're too much. And I was gonna say, like, okay, that's like sounds like it could happen to anyone, especially I have never had an amoeba there. Gracias a Dios. But if you have, I heard it is actual torture. So I don't blame you. Go in the street. What are different types of visas that an American can get in DR? It depends what you want to do. So do you want to work? Then you need a cedula, which is citizenship. Missionaries. So if you're like going to teach at a missionary or nonprofit school or work with a church or whatever, then you usually need a missionary visa. Not super hard to get at all, just paperwork. And then really anyone that like is going to travel and just hang out there, live there for a while, they usually just go on, they buy a ticket and they go. And they stay on the tourist visa, which is 30 days. And then when they overstay and they're going back home or they're going on a trip back to the States, they have to pay an overstay fee at the airport. There's a chart online. You can look up like current Dominican Republic overstay fees. And I think the first one's like 4,000 pesos, which is that true? I think so. Which is like, I love math so much. Less than $100, like 80 bucks. Yeah. So it just depends. But most people don't get a visa. They just go on the tourist visa, which is included, and overpay the fee because, like I said earlier, they are cracking down on it, but not as much in Santiago. Or they are in Santo Domingo, not as much. My throat hurts. Most I recommend is, okay, I'm not reading that. There are no clubs open right now. Yeah, no clubs, no bars. 7 p.m. Everyone's inside. Can't be outside unless it's an emergency. You don't go clubbing? I thought you did. But when stuff opens up, it'll be at that time to inquire. That's true. Honestly, it's really sad because small businesses are closing in the States and in the DR too. And it's like, think about a club. They've been closed so long. How can you survive with so much time closed when that's your main revenue? Here in the States, a lot of them are just like, oh, it's fine. I'm a like restaurant, and they're pretending they're not a bar, but they're a bar. So yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the questions on my story, but I know you guys are just asking them here, so I'll just stay in here. Is Jarabacoa safe? Honestly, like one of the safest cities. Really low crime rate. I was always so safe there. I would like always walk around alone. Always, yeah, just be alone in town, wherever there. Never had anyone try to rob me there or anything. It's a really small town. Everyone knows each other, which is nice. And it's really safe. Yep, there was like one murder when I was there, and that was something personal. And small crime, like some of the other American teachers like got their motos stolen, which sucks because they're expensive. I don't know, like small theft. You leave a bike outside, it gets stolen, but no, I've never gotten anything. I have never gotten anything robbed. That would be, I always said like that's the riskiest thing. Like you might get robbed, but other than that, that's pretty much it, I would say. Plenty of for rent signs here in Santiago. Yeah, honestly, best way to find something is when you're on the ground, like, you know, on foot, you see all the signs. No, I know what you meant. I just didn't want to like accuse them of like being like, well, what did you do to deserve to get stabbed? You know, yeah, but I've never gotten stabbed, thank goodness. That sounds terrible. Robbery here is all friendly extortion. Learn how to say no. I hate saying no. I'm really bad at that. No, I don't like saying no. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, obviously not everyone begging you for money necessarily needs money. Is it a big deal for me to give them 50 pesos? No, I wouldn't really care if I'm like giving it and they don't need it. Oh wait, I want to say bye to Felix. Bye, Felix. Thank you so much. You had good questions and good advice. Have a good night. But yeah, it's not a big deal for me to like try to be helpful, even if it's not like, you know, even if it's not there, they don't have a true need, for example. But yeah, tourists aren't out here randomly getting stabbed. I don't know anyone who got stabbed, thank goodness. Or I don't know, maybe. When are things opening up? I think the curfew got extended 20 more days. They wanted to do 45, and then they're gonna like reevaluate it. Hopefully that was it. Like they won't re-close it. We do have plenty of homeless people. What is wrong with you? You're not getting an attitude with me, right? The sass. There's like not as much as in the States, and you know it. Like there are not as much as in the States. You see a lot of people begging, but they're not homeless. You know, that they do like have somewhere to go at night. There are homeless people, don't get me wrong. I just feel like it's much less than in the States. Yeah. If you want to work here, you need a work permit. Mills was a bit wrong. Why are you roasting me? Dang. Now you have to give me $1. Just kidding. Mills was a bit wrong about needing a cedula to work. I think the work permit is arranged through a consulate. Honestly, it just depends. Yeah, you need a work permit, but like most of the Dominican companies, like, no, you're fine. I'm just kidding. Most of the Dominican companies do require a cedula to work. So even when they say like you need a work permit, like usually by extension, you need a cedula, right? Right? I think. Like my school, I didn't even have a work permit, but I did have to have my passport, set up a bank account, and like it was kind of confusing, but yeah, I'm sure that there's jobs that you just need a work permit and you don't need a cedula. Every time I come here, I say I'm going to Jarabacoa and never do. Why? It's so beautiful. What's so insane to me is Chris had never been to Jarabacoa before he met me. And he lived an hour away for his whole life. I was like, I'm sorry, what? What? He would go like other places in the country, but never there. That was so shocking to me because it's beautiful. So worth it, even for like a day trip. You can go on a hike, go to a waterfall. Hi, Summer, you're welcome. I don't know, did I answer a question or something? If you have one, feel free. The sass, I love sass. The homeless are way more aggressive in DR. I feel like it depends where you are, right? Like I truly feel like it depends where you are. But yes, some of them are. Like, you know who gets aggressive? The guys who watch your car when you go to a bar or a restaurant or park on the street in the city in the day or at night. There's these guys who like watch your car. They'll like help you park, which I need, or they'll like, you know, watch your car while you're going wherever you're going, and then when you come back out, you have to give them money. You know. Usually like 25 pesos, like not a lot, but some of them will get mad. Like if you don't pay them or if you don't pay them enough. Like one time Chris went to Puerta del Sol, which is in front of the monument, and gave him the guy money. And it was like a lot, like 50 pesos or something. Like it was like more than most people give. And he threw it back at it. He threw it at the car when he was driving away. He was like pissed that they didn't give him more. But I was like, okay, no one asked you to watch my car. also, like, that happened to me in Jarabacoa, and the kid kept fighting with me, and he was like, you need to pay for your friend because he left and he said you were going to pay me, and he didn't. And I was like, no, I do not need to pay for my friend. Like, we did not agree on that. So I gave him something, and then he wanted more, and he said it wasn't enough. And like, I never give people like 5 pesos, you know, like it wasn't like that small. So yeah, they can like start arguing with you and stuff, but sometimes, yeah. And they sometimes like come right up to your window and really want you to roll it down. And I just like don't make eye contact. It makes me sad though, because I want to help when I can, but usually people don't get aggressive with me. What hurts my feelings is when the little boys would follow me, and I'll be like, oh, they really know how to get me. Like, they know that I'm so sensitive that I will give them money. Why can't you go to Jarabacoa now? I'm not a good person to ask about nightlife. I do all my drinking at home. Yeah, honestly, like, same. I don't know. But you know what's a cool place in Santiago? Victoria's. We would go there a lot at night. It's in front of the church and like the center of the city. It's cute. It has like the string lights. It's a really cool old building. And they have drinks and then like little food, like appetizers, like quipes, empanadas. Actually, they have a few meals too. It's fun to just sit outside. The weather's always nice. Hang out with friends. They have music. I liked that place. There's some other good places too to just chill and drink, but those are, I know more of those than I know like clubs. There's like one club we went to. I don't remember the name. The Cartons are aggressive as hell. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I did not even see you. I fully parallel parked on my own, like a champion in this small ass street. And I didn't even see them. And then they would come out and be like, hi, I watched your car. And I was like, you didn't, but that's okay. It's fine. I never had a bun throw $1 back at me in the States. That is nuts. Can't breathe. Yeah, I know. But that wasn't a homeless person or a beggar. That was a car attendant. And see, they're like that with Dominicans too. No one's ever thrown money back at me though. I would cry. They probably know like this much. Oh, here we go. Summer. Curious. Is going to be my first time as a female going alone to Jarabacoa. Oh, we're the same. Do I have to carry my American passport when I leave the house or driver's license? Just my first time moving. No. Tatis! Hi! This is one of Chris's friends. Are you not playing Call of Duty right now? Or are you doing both? If you are playing Call of Duty, tell Chris to come answer some questions, please. Oh, I miss you. I'm sad. Sorry. No. So it is recommended. People recommend. Oh, I love you too. I'm sad. Chris has the nicest friends ever. Like legitimately the nicest people ever. His friend texted me yesterday and was like, oh, you don't play those? I like Tatis. He doesn't play video games. Dang, he's doing things. His friend texted me the other day and was like, I just wanted you to know you're beloved. Like, I was just thinking about you. And I was like, that's so nice. Like, you guys are so nice. Sorry. Okay, Summer. It is recommended to walk around with a copy of your passport with you, like a piece of paper. I did that for like a week and then I didn't anymore. They say that because like if you're stopped, like they can ask you for your papers. And sometimes they would be like, okay, you've been in the country way too long, whatever. I don't have papers because I'm not a citizen, whatever. Sometimes like the Dominican or your driver's license, they're like, what is this? And I'm like, that's an American license. So they do recommend that. I would not carry my passport around with me. I honestly wouldn't. So if you're going to be more careful, you can bring your birth certificate and a copy of your passport. And a copy of your passport should be good. If anyone pulls you over or questions you, the passport copy should be great. But definitely don't bring your passport with you. Once you get home, like put it in a really safe spot, lock it up. Like you don't want anyone to steal that or take that. Driver's license. I think I did carry my driver's license with me. I think I just kept it like, I think I just kept it like in my wallet and yeah, See, I would always have my credit card like just loose in my phone. I feel like I didn't really even like use my wallet, but I did have it with me just in case, and I never had any issues with it. But yeah, if you want to be careful, carry those around, but not the original passport. Definitely not. And Harabakoa, I feel like no one's gonna stop you. It's chiller. Like sometimes they do checks and stuff, but not really. Like you'll probably be fine, and you're gonna have so much fun. It's really nice. Have you been before? Maybe. I've been talking a lot. I'm almost done. I'm gonna see if Chris can come answer a couple. I lived in Santo Domingo. When it comes to homelessness in DR, it's completely different than the United States. Poverty in DR compared to USA is apples and oranges. Yeah, it's hard to compare, honestly. It really is hard to compare. And it's a lot of people, including myself, compare US and DR, and it's two so different countries, such different sizes and everything. So it is hard to compare, but yeah, there is a need there. Mr. Grill and Deck. Oh, the Deck is so good. The Deck is so good, guys, in Santiago. The food is bomb. I love it. I love it. It's really good. It's really good. Have you been to, are you in Santiago? Have you been to, ¿cómo se llama? Oh my gosh, the Taiwanese place. Oh my gosh, guys, you have to go. I made a whole video on it because I'm obsessed. They have La Plancha Caliente. Oh, Naturaliste. That's what it is. You have to go. If not, you're probably not even in Santiago. Nelson, have you been there? It's so good. I'm in the underworld. I know, that's a lot, right? I feel like it's a lot of money. But yeah, they do make a lot of money. Nelson, I don't know any of that. Mr. Inside Knowledge. Hablas muy bien el español dominicano. Ay, gracias. Tú eres muy amable. I love when people are like, oh, you have a Dominican accent. I'm like, thanks. Like an American accent speaking Dominican Spanish, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Did you translate your American driver's license to a Dominican one? No, but I was supposed to. Do as I say, not as I do. I was supposed to, but I didn't. Because I just drove and everything was always fine. I think I did one thing that I was supposed to do with the car. I paid something. Marbeta. I paid una marbeta. Yeah, that's like the plate fee. But no, I didn't translate my license and I never had any problem. And I've never been pulled over by the police. So it worked out. My car did get towed once. There's a video on that. I was so pissed. And I had to pay that fee, but they didn't even ask me for my license when I picked it up. I don't think they asked me for anything. They just locked it up and then I had to pay them. And I went to the president of the company and tried to argue with him and he said no. So that's that. But yeah, I think that you are supposed to do that. Sorry, I'm texting my mom and I love her. She's cute. You've never been to DR, you're gonna love it. Okay, I always tell people like go with low expectations. I just said this before. Go with low expectations and then you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like it will always be great, you know? It will be like above your expectation. I love it. It's so beautiful. The weather is beautiful and people are super nice there. And you should go to there's an Italian restaurant. It's on La Avenida, which is like not the center of town. It's like going up. That's not helpful. It's like a central road. And it's called, guys, my memory is really being tested right now. It starts with a B, I think. I don't know what it's called, but it's okay. Just look up Italian restaurant in Jarabacoa. The owner's from Milan, and he gets all his pasta sauce from Milan. So good. Also go to, guys, wow. This is like sad that I can't remember places like that I would eat every day. It's fine. The place above the gym, what's it freaking called? Wow, I'm disappointed. They have really good salads. That's not helpful. Okay, cool. I'm trying to help and can't remember anything. I'm in Raymond. Go to Naturaliste and get La Plancha Caliente. It's so good. I took a picture of it and I just stare at it sometimes. I did a video on it. On my channel, type in like vegan food. It's not all vegan, but they have a bunch of vegan options and you can see what it looks like. I'm very visual. I love to look up reviews and I look through all the pictures because I'm crazy. And it's really good. Go there. The deck is so good. There's another little place that's really good. My memory. Bricks Pizza is really good. So is Ristorante. Their pizza is really good too. KGB Kitchen. Foodtropolis is fun. Across the street from that. Lots of good places to go. You already said this, but I really appreciate it. Keep it coming. How's the transportation? How to call taxi, buses, etc. Thanks, by the way. I love your channel. I started following about a month ago. Thank you so much, Summer. I really appreciate that, truly. And I'm glad that it's been helpful to you. So you don't, okay. If you want to go to another town, there's a bus in Santiago. They have Caribe Tours, which is a very nice charter bus, like a tour bus type thing. And they're like $3 to $5, depending where you're going. And you get on. And what is great about Caribe Tours, let's say that you want to go to Cabarete for the weekend. I know, I'm almost done. You want to go to Cabarete for the weekend. Caribe Tours is like, it leaves on time, which in the DR you'll find out is like amazing. So nice. It sticks to their schedule and it like follows it. Can you get my charger? And it's not late and it leaves on time. It's amazing. They are super comfortable. It's air conditioned. It's great. That will take you where you want to go. They do have Wi-Fi too, which is cool. You can also get, so Jarabacoa doesn't have Uber yet, but they do have taxis. So I saved like a number of a taxi company, but I never used it because I had a Dominican friend that had a car. So if I ever needed like a car for some reason, or like when I wanted to go to like, you want to sit for a sec? When I wanted to go to a restaurant like 20 minutes away, he just took us. If you want to go to Santiago and you want to be, Nelson stays roasting me. If you want to stay, if you want to be cheaper, and are you coming to sit? Rude. Maybe people have questions for you. I'm about to get off. Okay. If you want to get there faster, the Guagua, which is a small, like I call it a church van. It's like a 12-seater white van. They leave every like 30 minutes, which is nice. Right when it's full, no schedule. When it's full, it leaves. If you just missed it and you're the first person on, you have to wait till it gets full again. But they drive super fast. There's Wi-Fi on the nicer ones. There's not Wi-Fi from Jarabacoa to La Vega. Then you transfer La Vega to Santiago. There's Wi-Fi and those are nicer. They drive very fast. Like it scares me down the hill, but you're fine. If you're just trying to get around Jarabacoa, I would take a moto. A ton of people ride motos there. I wouldn't ride one in Santiago, but I do in Jarabacoa. They're like 25 pesos to go everywhere. And I would just always have my favorite ones and take them. And I had some people like, you know, one like drove me home when I had like a meeting. Yeah, it was nice. I just have their number. If you need a ride, like if I was at my friend's house, I would just call them and be like, hi, where are you? Are you free? Can you pick me up? And they remember who you are. And they're super nice. So yeah, I would do a moto to get around town. If you need to go out, Guagua. If you want to even get someone to take you to the airport, you can pay them and it's not that much. I can see you're very, thank you. That's a nice username. Thank you. That's what I try to say. Gringa Dominicana. Thanks for the Italian restaurant suggestion. It's like La Baita. La Baita. That's what it's called. Baita. So good if it's still there. It's really good. If you're craving pasta, like good Italian pasta, it's really good. And the guy's really nice. Naturally Stay. Yeah. Yeah, it's right near like right near the supermarket, like across the street from all that. So, and the people are so nice. They're literally from Taiwan, super sweet. They have boba tea if you like that. All right, finally I'm getting to you. You need a glass of water. I know, I have it, but it's like empty. I know, tell Chris to be of use and get you a glass. He should. I'll get it. Don't tell Summer to get on the damn guagua. You might be bougier than me. Like I said, I'm Tacaña, and I would be on the guagua every week. So I will be staying on the guagua. I hated it because after the accident, I was like, oh my God, we're like flying down the mountain right now. No one has their seatbelt on, and the driver's texting. But it always worked out. It was nerve-wracking, you know, but keep your bags like on you, because people say you could get robbed like sneakily. I never have. I never had a problem with that, but wow, it was scary. But you get used to it. It's fine. Does Dominican food sit well in your stomach? Unfortunately, Mexican food does not sit well in my stomach. Holden, I like that name. Mine, yeah, I'm fine. And I have like a sensitive stomach. Like my stomach always hurts. It's good. I would be, okay, this is a good tip. Be very careful with what you eat off the street. Do not get meat that has been sitting in the sun all day. Don't eat that. That can have bacteria. Don't get lettuce, salad from a place that doesn't seem trustworthy, like those little stands. Get like a salad from like a legit restaurant, fruits from like a clean place. Always wash it. Like, again, do as I say. You're supposed to wash your fruits and vegetables in vinegar, or you can put like a tiny bit of bleach, tiny bit, to clean it, to make sure. But a lot of people, like some restaurants, will wash it with water, and the water's not clean, and then you get an amoeba. So be careful with that. But you should be good. Here we go again. Nelson, what do you have to say about this? Did you literally get hit by a bus in the DR? We have the most traumatized thread of people here tonight. Stabbings, shootings. I hope you're okay if you got hit by a car, if you got hit by a bus, and I hope you were in another vehicle. Like, I hope you weren't walking. That's scary. I hope you're okay. And I hope you're not lying, because you guys are telling me things and I don't lie to you. So I hope you don't lie to me. It would just be rude, but I'm sorry. Driving there is insane. Like, you can't even cross the street without like literally looking a million times. You know, yeah. You were on your scooter, like on your pasola. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that you're typing, because it means you're okay, but Jesus, that's terrifying. You have to be so careful driving. People think I'm kidding, but when I'm literally like, okay, I would be in Jarabacoa, and there was two friends that we had. I was on vacation with my friend, and our two guy friends would drive us everywhere that we wanted to go. And freaking this kid, he was so nice. They were like, wait here. And we got off. All of a sudden, we're on a freaking mountain in Jarabacoa, gravel and stuff. They were like, hold here, film us. And I was like, I don't even know what these boys are doing. Like, okay, I'll wait here on the side of the road, not on your bike. All of a sudden, they come flying around the corner, laying down on their moto, straight, like on their stomachs, legs out, arms up. One of them selfie videoing himself, speeding, laying down. And I was like, this boy, like, the whole 30-minute ride back, I was lecturing him, and I was like, you're about to have a baby. Like, do you want to live or die? Like, I can't believe you're doing this. Like, I don't mess around. I like lecture people hardcore now, because I'm like, guys, don't die. Like, do not die if you don't have to, or don't kill someone. Yeah, I'm talking about Nacional. I'm glad that you know what I'm talking about. I was thinking of, like, I don't know what I was thinking about. Yes, it's really good. I think you'll like it. I think you'll really like. Get the mango smoothie. And La Pancha Caliente. Taco Bell destroys my stomach. You're not alone. It's not about being bougie. It's about the proximity to people. Oh, so you're bougie. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so summer, something to know. I said like the guagua doesn't leave until it's full. Usually it's full at like 10 to 12 people, but they'll squeeze people in sometimes. And I've had people like basically sit on my lap before. So it's annoying. And then you have to sit there for like an hour. There's like crowded stuff. People will bring like an oven on with them. One time I was on the bus and this kid is next to me and I'm like, what is this noise? And he had a pillowcase and he's like, oh, I have a chicken in here. And it was like a live chicken and I felt bad for it. But yeah, just me. How about water is drinkable? Yeah, no. You do not ever drink water from the tap. If you have a sensitive stomach or if you've never been there before, they recommend like not even to brush your teeth with the tap water. I did because again, whatever, I get used to it and you don't usually swallow it. But some people will bring bottled water to brush their teeth because they don't want to risk getting an amoeba and infection bacteria at all. You have to boil your water before you use it. If you're going to cook with it, for example, like if you want to make tea or something, obviously you would boil water anyway. It's a bad example. But yeah, you get a gallon from the colmado, like the corner store, for like, I think it's like 50 cents. Or like, yeah, or 25 pesos or 50 pesos. So cheap. They put it up, they bring it inside, put it up on your counter, and you just get your water from that. And you're good to go. I think don't even risk it. That's why I said about fruits and vegetables, like don't risk eating that from a restaurant that you don't think is super trustworthy. Even rice, sometimes they'll like rinse after and it's like not clean water. So I never have gotten an amoeba, but my friends have, and it's terrible. Like it's terrible for real. So I have something like this. I would bring this and then just fill it up with clean water. So the good thing is like every business, like if you're at school or something, like we'll have like a water thing to fill it. And if you're at a restaurant, they always bring you bottled water. Like if you order a water, you're going to pay for it. It's like you're buying a bottle of water because they don't do tap water. That was a long answer again, but I really don't want you to get sick. I'm so sorry. If you're serious, I'm seriously so sorry. Honestly, I really am. I'm going to pray for you because that's traumatizing. Yeah, no green salad, no raw vegetables. You're going to see like, not so much in Jarabacoa, but like in Santiago and stuff, you'll see like a big chunk of meat on a thing that have been sitting there all day and you're like, don't eat that. Or like fish. There's a fish like out from sunrise to sunset in the sun. And I'm like, yep. Better not. You got an amoeba probably because you used the water or something, right? See, that would be me. I would give myself an amoeba. Dang, I heard it's so bad. Did Trump declare war against DR? Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Trump has said some really dumb things about DR. I don't know if you want to know my opinion about Trump. You can probably guess it. So anything he says, I'll do like the opposite. I agree with. There's no reason to declare a war on DR or discriminate against Dominicans or say that they're not educated enough to come here or that they're all lying. No, I don't agree with any of that, obviously. Can't front the Chick Mac from McDonald's is all right and unavailable in New York. Chick Mac. Chicken. ¿Cómo se llama? Chicken. What's the cheap one? McChicken. That? Those are bomb, especially the spicy one. But I draw the line at getting like a fish sandwich from McDonald's. That's not it. Holden's got inside info. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Holden, the thing is, when I see a headline, it's like Trump said, I'm like, I'm not reading that. I know it was stupid. So maybe he does have inside info. Let us know. I'm concerned. I cooked locrio de. Why did you cook that? Why did you cook that? That was mistake number one. I hate that. Chicken Big Mac. I've never had that. I've never had a Big Mac, like ever. I've never had a Big Mac. I'm not American. Ever. Yeah, I'm not. But Big Mac made of chicken. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm an idiot. I've never had one. I'll have to try it. But I don't like mayo at all, and I think they have that sauce. I will say, guys, if you're in DR, McDonald's is better in DR than it is in the States. And I will stand by that hard, but it's also expensive. It's very expensive. And it's like the same price in DR as it is here, which is not, doesn't make sense. Like that, it should be cheaper, right? But it's not. My time in DR almost proved fatal. I feel like you're telling the truth. So I'm genuinely sorry. And like I said, I don't know if you were on, people have good experiences somewhere and they have bad experiences. And clearly you had a bad experience in the DR. So cannot blame you at all. I would not want to go back somewhere where I had a near death experience. That sounds awful and traumatizing. So I genuinely, like, truly wish the best for you. So yeah. And then people have like terrible experiences here. People have terrible experiences in so many different places, and it makes them, like, obviously any experience like shapes your perception of a place, and maybe you won't want to go back. White girl that don't like mayo, is that rare? I effing hate mayo. I will never eat mayo ever. Everyone was like, what if it's a pregnancy craving? Would you? No, I would not. I'm sorry, baby. No, I would not. It's disgusting. I think mayo should have never been invented. I do love ketchup, though. Not Dominican ketchup, though. Okay, guys, I never have trolled anyone in my life, and I wouldn't, because that's weird, and I don't get it. I don't think he's trolling, and, like, I feel like he's not trolling. It's funny because, like, people are like, if you're like, oh, you're Tiguera, like, that's why nothing happened to you in DR, like, they're kidding. But also, like, you know, if you're street smart, if you're looking around, nothing will happen. But, like, on the other hand, I'm so gullible. So I'm stupid. I was going to ask you guys, like, something, but I don't remember. I can't really talk anymore. Oh, here's one. Dominican ketchup is freaking trash. Ketchup. It's gross. I'm almost done, so, like, put your final questions, send your final payments. Any suggestions of apartments types or gated community location in Jarabacoa? Is it expensive? So there's not a lot of gated communities in Jarabacoa. There's a couple. They're a little bit, like, farther out of the center of town. I recommend one. It's right next to, you can look it up, it's right next to La Plaza. If you say, like, where's the plaza, like, everyone will know where it is. It's a plaza, literally, with, like, a vet and a bank and a couple stores, and it has, like, a couple restaurants in front. One of them's really good. And there's, like, a Bone ice cream place. There's an apartment to the right, and that is a gated, like, complex. They're pretty expensive, though. They're, like, how much are they? They're a lot. They're, like, $200 plus a month, I feel like. I mean, again, it's all relative to what you're making and stuff, but I feel like it's like 200 plus a month, but you can check it out for sure. There's also, like, there's, like, another gated, but it's houses. So that might not work. I would check out that one apartment building. It's really nice. I knew a couple people out there, but I've never been inside. There's another one, but it's farther outside of town. I feel like it might be too far. It's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Maybe it's not that far. And it's not gated, but the apartments are gorgeous. And a lot of Americans live there. Yeah, it's really nice. But once you're there, it helps so much. Like, you can, like, navigate and find what you like and stuff. It's so much easier to find something where you are. Yeah, no, I don't eat that. Very much I do not. Do you watch TikTok? No, I will not eat mayo. I won't eat coleslaw. I won't eat anything if I know it has mayo. I won't eat egg salad. Like, I won't eat potato salad. That disgusting cacio y mayonesa is not coming near me. It's not in my house. It's not in my life. It's disgusting. And also, empanadas y quipes, you don't need to put dressing on them. They're amazing without any dressing. Raymond, thanks so much. Hope to see you again soon. Let me know about naturally stay. Yeah, it's disgusting. But sometimes it's like clumpy too. The ketchup, like sometimes it's, and it's like, yeah, sometimes it's sour. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's sour. I'm like, no. The Heinz is worth it. That is freaking worth the extra money. And that's why I like McDonald's too, because you get like legit ketchup, like American ketchup from McDonald's, and I'm like, this is amazing. I only use a little, like I use it with like pico pollo, but I don't eat that much. Yeah, summer. I think that would fall in line with those apartments if I'm remembering correctly. Which don't hold me to that, but definitely, I wish I could remember the name. But check, even if you Google like Street View, I bet you could look up La Plaza Jarabacoa and then find that apartment building. It's literally right to the right. They're like blue and gray, and they look really nice, safe, security and stuff. But Jarabacoa is really nice. How long will you be there? Yeah, maybe you can add each other. He's super nice. And I know a lot of people in Jarabacoa if you ever need help. One last question. Are we working from home? Same. Is there loud music in or near apartments? I need to know this one. Yeah. Yep. As I'm on the phone at all times. Yeah. Yeah. It depends where you are. 3 months. You're taking notes? You should message me on Instagram. Seriously, if you have any questions. Rebecca Mills, 3 S's, and I'd be happy to help. Yeah, so I work online too, and I remember I was doing a video call and there were so many motos outside. Like I lived kind of on an incline and it was so loud. The apartments I'm talking about for you is in like a busy spot because it's like an intersection. But the good thing about being in an intersection is people are slowing down there. So they're usually not like revving up unless it's like completely empty. You could look for an apartment that's like more in the back, secluded, and then have to take your calls inside. It completely depends on your neighbors though. Like some will be so quiet you won't even know they live there. Some play super loud music. So it's honestly like a hit or miss, which is why it's good to like go and see it in person, because usually you can like see if they're playing music. Some of them play music 24/7, so loud. But some are super quiet too. So yeah, it's not that bad. Also, if you message me on Instagram, I can put you in this group. It's like Jarabacoa group, and you can just say, I'm coming for 3 months. Is there any place I need somewhere super quiet? And hopefully they can help you out. Because sometimes people like leave too, go back to the States, and they like sublet and stuff. So that could work. But yeah, especially for short term, because those apartments, sometimes they want you to sign like a full long lease, depending where it is. But usually you can find a landlord that will be like super accommodating. Yeah, especially if you're paying that much per month. Hello, I'm sorry, like we're like kind of ending, so most of the people are like kind of leaving, but I hope you're doing good. I was working from home the first quarantine, legit worked through roosters crowing, and the best part was them truck selling freaking PTSD, deja vu, like Saturday morning. They're like, not the rooster, I'm trying to do the freaking Platano truck, like the vegetable truck. I thought it was like a presidential campaign. Like when I first went, I'm like, what is that? No, why do they have a megaphone? Like, is this a parade? No, they're selling fruits and vegetables so loud. And every Dominican talks on a microphone like this. And I'm like, you just move it down a little. We can hear you better. No, on top of it, literally on top screaming. I'm like, I can't even hear what you're saying. Yeah, that's not fun to work through. But there are quieter spots in Jarabacoa if you're off the main street. The roosters, oh my gosh. I didn't sleep, I don't think, there, because there's like, when I lived in, when I moved onto the main street in Jarabacoa, where it was so loud, everyone was like going uphill, it was coming in and out of town. The Platano truck, like selling vegetables at 5 a.m. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Who is buying a vegetable at 5 a.m.? Probably everyone, but my lazy ass is freaking, the motos. My neighbors sang karaoke every day. It was miserable. There were like 3 girls. And they would be like, you know, Dominicans love karaoke and they have no shame, which it must be nice. Like, I've never sung karaoke because I know I can't sing. They'll literally put it on blast, like on blast. Like, you can hear it 3 streets down. And they're like, I don't even know. They're like singing Romeo. They're like, I don't even know. Or Prince Royce. ¿Dónde estarás? And I'm like, holy, please no. All night. And then there's a cow in my backyard. There's a cow that lived there mooing all night. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. You get used to it. And then when the baseball team, were you there when the baseball team won? Las Águilas won the series. All night long, there's like a parade. And I was like, I can't. I literally can't. My wife got pregnant over quarantine, so now I have to clip her. Please no. Please no, don't do that. No, you are. You're fine. Carry on. I'm about to get off, so I'm just talking about nothing. It's fine. You're fine. Congratulations, though. That's exciting. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sure I'll get to that point. So far, you can't really tell, so that's good. Platinums make you sick? That's sad. Sometimes, honestly, like mango, I'm like, this is disgusting. But I love mango. You know, when you eat something, you're just like, what the? This is nasty. Sometimes that happens there, but it's okay. I worked through all the scenarios you mentioned. Worst living in acquired residences. Deliveries from the Comado, so loud. Oh, I miss it, but like literally there's so many loud noises and you're like, what is this? What is that? Like, what's going on? You just like adjust. My first house, I lived underneath this old couple. The lady ended up dying, so please, like, I love her, rest in peace. So cute. Brought me oatmeal the first day. She was so cute. But they had a parrot, and the parrot would fly, but would usually come home, but not always. So the parrot first would just like scream and talk, and it was above my window all day, and it would be the parrot talking. Or the dad, who was so cute, but he would be like, da, da, calling the parrot home for like hours in the morning. And I'd be like, this is my life. This is just my life. It's fun. It's fine. But it is fun. I like it. There's just never a dull moment. How's the virus there? It is increasing. Cases are increasing. I know lots of the hospitals are full. Lots of big crowds there. So travel with caution. There is another quarantine, if you didn't know, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. You have to be inside, can't be on the street, and then 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. on the weekends, which is pretty early. Would I travel to Sosua right now? No. Would I travel to Sosua in general? Yeah, I've been there before. Sosua is really nice. Like the beach, the downtown area, especially at night, is like not my favorite, but there's a lot of cool chill places around it, good restaurants and stuff. But no, I wouldn't go right now. Like, probably, yeah. You could go if you want, but you have to, like, what Nelson said. Like, I have friends there right now. Some of them are near Sua, Puerto Plata, San Domingo, and they're trying to get tested. It's kind of hard to get tested. A couple did get tested, and they found it, and it was fine, and she was positive. But that, and then if you need to get healthcare, like, it might not be as good right now, and places are crowded, so that's the struggle. So I would do, like, you know, why are you going? Can you go in September instead, or August instead? Like, because the cases are going back up, and the people are still traveling there. So I'm advertising everyone not to come here. It's too risky. Honestly, true. Like, it is really risky to travel right now. It's probably, you should only go if it's like essential, you know. Hi, Chris. How are you? Hopefully good. Are there any last questions? I've been on this for 17 hours and my throat hurts. I'm hungry. I could have eaten while on this, but I don't like people watching me eat. You're going in September. Will they still have a curfew? I don't know. Probably not. The issue is like, it comes down to like here in Arizona, they're not, my iron, I hope you like it. They're not closing. Arizona sucks in this regard, but they're not closing when they should. So then it's like, because they want the economy to open and people are like trying to open the economy. Should we be open? No. So it's kind of the same thing there. Should tourism be open? Probably not, but they're like desperate for the income. So I don't think the curfew will be like going on in September. Yeah, I don't think that, but it's possible. Like definitely depending on how the cases go. I don't want this in my picture. Yeah, but I wouldn't go if you don't have to. Or you're going in September. I think you'll be fine then. How my doctor said, like, I could probably go in September, but it's like, we have to evaluate how the situation is first. If you F around and get sick and you're a tourist, they're gonna milk you dry, even if they can tell you have family in the States and you live. Yeah, I don't know. And like sometimes getting the bill paid is a mess. Yeah, I don't think curfew will be happening in September, but the cases are gonna go back up probably in August. Yeah, vaccines are hopefully coming. I saw that the first trial was good. You in the Capitol. I don't know who you're talking to. I'm not. Nelson's not. He's in Santiago. Or Jean-Luc. No. But Santiago, yeah, like it's open, but the club, they're under the same quarantine. I think some towns aren't because they're like really small, but most of them are. So you'll probably be inside. But September should be fine. Just be careful, seriously, because they're not distancing on the plane at all. Their airports are like longest lines, no social distancing, not really checking temperatures. Don't give birth out here or don't come out here. I know, but the thing is like, I want to see what it is like in September. I can't travel after like mid-October. And if I don't go before the baby comes and it's like, I'm literally, when can I go? You know, like, I don't even know because that's going to suck. That'd be the longest I haven't been there. Obviously I want to be safe, but it's like, I don't know if I can wait like a freaking year or something. I don't know. San Diego is beautiful. It really is. So that's nice. I love it. I'm in Scottsdale right now, just if you didn't know. At least you have a beach there. I'm jealous. So yeah. All right. Any last questions? I'm so tired. I don't know how some of you are up on the East Coast right now. Good for you. But if there's no last questions, thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, then I don't know what you're doing. Please subscribe. Almost at 8K. So if you have some friends, I feel like all my friends have sub now. I don't have 8,000 friends. Then send them my channel if you think that they'll like it. Trying to get to have like 50 more, I think. So I appreciate all your support. And I have more videos coming up. What to bring when you move to DR. Many others. So stay tuned for that. And I'm doing a giveaway in like a week or two. So check that out as well. Have an awesome night, all of you. Dios te bendiga. Come once you have the baby. That way your friends and me. Yeah, I should. I know. But I want to come all the time. So it's like, I'll come back. But you're right. I'll have to definitely evaluate. Yeah, have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much. You guys asked amazing questions tonight. And that's why I was on for 7 days. But I really appreciate it. And I love doing lives because of the interaction. I feel like it's, you know, that I'm not like talking to myself like usual. The baby, we don't know the gender. We're not finding out until it's born. So we'll see. I think it's a girl, but we don't know. So we shall see. It's like a test in my patience. New video coming in a couple days. So be on the lookout. Subscribe, turn on notifications. And then you can always donate to the channel. My PayPal's in my about section and under my videos if you feel so inclined. All right, love you all. Please stay safe, whether you're in the States, DR, wherever, Australia, wherever you are. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.